Young Money. Hey, yo, Spur.
Yeah.
Young Money. Young Money. Hey, yo, Spur.
Yeah. Ride with the mob, through our law. Check you and me, and do your job. Earth is the name, been ballin' did the chain. Torn off for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Yamagini chain, rest in peace to my superior. Hermes with the feet of village in Liberia. TMZ taking pictures, causing my hysteria. Mama see me on BET and start tearing up. I'm talking to niggas, how'd you get that track? I attended Holomatics when you risk your life. Uncle used to skim up, selling nicks at night. I was only 8 years old, watching Nick at night. Uncle Psycho was in that bathroom bucket. Hope that they don't cut him. Suicidal thoughts brought to me with no inventory. He was pitching and selling things now. Armory. Grandma had the arthritis in her hands bad. She was pumping pills like weapons in society. I'll fuck a bitch for the irony. I said meet you at your house if your bitch keep eyeing me. Ride with the mob, to our law. Check you and me, do your job. Word is the name, been ballin' in the chain. Torn off for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, to our law. Check you and me, do your job. Word is the name, been ballin' in the chain. Torn off for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, suck a nigga, niggas up. Ride with the mob, suck a nigga, niggas up. Ride with the mob, suck a nigga, niggas up.
Hey yo, I'ma explain why you probably never see me. I push a Lamborghini, choke your magic like Houdini. My body shake like genie, booty dreamy, waist is teeny. Yes, I told him to get started, so he streamy when he leave me. I go hard in the face, Biggie fires, give me the loot. I'm a classy millionaire, bitches ain't got the coast. C-O-U-T-H, cause you can't spell it. If I call him, then he coming home, running Derek Jeter. Bitches must be eating because I swear that bottom feeders. Oh, you know that you my son, I should've slapped you as a fetus. All these bitches rockin' just cause they followin' the leader. I just switch it up on hoes and rock a afro like Lupitas. I don't keep up with the trends, but I do know Captain Caesar. I'm waking the TV, and by all I mean I'm Mika. The bitches, they got to check in with the queen. I'm the alpha, the omega, everything in between. Oh, ride with Menon, mashallah. Check in with me, pin to your job. Queen is the name, I fire yellow to the chain. This is Monte, Patty plain Jane. Ride with Menon, mashallah. Check in with me, pin to your job. Queen is the name, I fire yellow to the chain. This is Monte, Patty plain Jane. Eat a Barbie, ass or something. Eat a Barbie, ass or something. Eat a Barbie, ass or something. Eat a Barbie, ass or something.
Suck a nigga, niggas up. Suck a nigga, niggas up. Queen for the kings and the queens.
Hey yo.
All right. Let me make sure the audio is coming through. I think it is. Let me check the chat. Well, I'm looking forward to this. This will be a lot of fun. Hopefully everyone's having a good night so far. We'll be doing probably will be the most jankiest of all streams, I can assure you that. But, you know, before we get really into any of that stuff, let me first bring it, because we have a lot of guests this time. You know, I'll start off with the typical people that are usually here. You know, let's first bring in the Spooks more than anything else. Let me bring in, RK looks ready. Let me go bring in RK. How are you doing, RK?
Do I look ready?
Well, Spooky is muted, okay?
All right. Spook number 1 reporting for bingo.
Well, that's good to hear. Let me bring in the other Spook next.
How we doing?
Good. I'm glad to see it. All right. Let me go ahead and bring in the next one. We'll bring in Chairman. He's been here a couple of times so far. So he gets the next seniority. So we have 2 other guests. Who do you think we should go first? But first, what is that drink you're pouring in there?
Oh, only the finest old engine oil.
Oh, perfect. You know,
I haven't had this since I was like 17 or some shit.
Well, actually, I'm right now having myself a nice Michelob Ultra, a nice 25 ounce from a 7-Eleven I got nearby. But
you're in fucking Maryland and you're not drinking Natty Bo? That's fucked up.
You know, I had to get my comforts, okay? But let me bring in one of the guests of honor today. He runs a small channel of anything. You probably haven't heard of him. His name is PSR. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, my cat wants to say hello.
Oh, what's his name?
His name's Kazu.
Aw.
Yeah, little Kazu. Kazu. Come on. Yes,
Arcade
hello
Mom.
everyone.
Well, I think now let's at least mention this. The Vice did a documentary, and it featured one guy here. We can't let Middleton join without making fun of him first. What should we first say? I mean, what do we think about talking to journalists before anything?
Thinking? Oh my god! I mean,
Bro,
I think Ralph
don't talk
is
to
in the
journos.
chat.
Well, PSR. I feel like you don't speak to. You haven't had any of these things so far. Have you had journalists come to you yet?
Oh yeah, I actually was approached by Mr. Keegan for this exact piece.
Oh, and what did you tell him?
I told him at first I actually was considering it, yeah, and he kind of buttered me up a bit, and then I gave it a second thought, and I said, no, this is not it, and I said I declined, and I had to decline like multiple times. I'll stop with the German accent, but yeah, he hit me up, and I was like, oh, like I guess yeah, I might be down. I kind of was like preliminarily kind of was like I might be down, and then I learned it was like for Showtime, and then I also was just like, I don't want any of this. I know what this is going to end up being. It's going to end up being, politically charged, and it's going to be used as ammunition for people that are anti-gun, and as much as I want to believe that it'll be fair and honest, I was, as I kind of thought about it a little bit more, I said, nah, I'm not going to do it, and then it literally kind of was just repeatedly messaging me and saying, "Are you sure? You sure? I'm in this area. Like we can schedule something. Are you sure? Like you're my favorite, 3D printed gun channel on YouTube, and
I'm your biggest fan." Yeah, okay.
and
That's good to know that they're desperate. That makes me feel warm inside.
yeah, so but I respectfully declined. Like I wasn't addicted to him at all. I just was like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Like, and after a while, I just kind of got a little bit exhausted. But then, and then I think he's texted me a couple times since and asked about my thoughts on certain things. And I think we're done communicating now, and especially after the recent Twitter thing and all that. And I mean, hey, I have no like personal like. Bad feelings about him. I'm just not into the whole situation. So
Well, you know what? I can say that I personally dislike him, and he can go fuck himself. So you didn't have to say it. You didn't have to say it. And
Well,
it's not because I'm pro gun. Look at the sign behind me.
Well, you are quite. It seems very centrist of you, but let us bring in because to get him what a PSR was saying. Let me bring in the other guest of honor or guest of shame, depending on how you want to look at it. Middleton Made.
Hey there, makers! Welcome
channel.
back to the stream.
Well, PSR. Oh, I want to touch on one quick little thing. First off, let's everyone just say, don't speak to journalists. Middleton, don't speak to journalists. Why would you do that? First, what were you thinking?
Straight up, though, at first I wasn't that interested. There's a couple individuals that worked with Keegan last year for their Makers Match video that they did, or that Vice did. And at first I was like, I'm not too sure if I really want like Vice of all people, because like they're kind of left leaning in most things. So I'm like, but the more I thought about it, I was like, what's the worst that could happen? The ATF kills me, right? Right?
Well,
Yeah.
But I'm making stuff right now. So what's the worst that could happen? The same shit that I'm already at risk for. So,
well, NBC Ralph might be a thing you might want to look into a little bit, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I at least want to acknowledge one thing because PSR. I'm not sure if anyone knows about exactly what happened. Not everyone's on Twitter, so I know that. But PSR, do you want to mention what you or the thing that you spotted? And I think maybe Middleton might be able to add into that because I think that's a big part of why this stream got delayed for a week.
So I saw the trailer when it came out, and I was like, oh, I have to watch this because I was gonna be in it. My footage is in it, so I was like, I'll check it out. and someone on Twitter posted it like, "Hey, looks like they're." I think it was you, AG, that maybe like looks like they're gonna use some printing guns footage, or someone posted.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
if it was
I always
Chairman.
that's my go-to thing. Is it will always be either plastic defense and then PSR B-roll footage. That is you. I know that because I sometimes use PSR
Yes.
B-roll
Hey,
footage.
it's free to use. You have my permission. So
Thank
yeah,
God. Okay.
I so I saw that and I watched the trailer, and then I watched it and I didn't notice anything at first, and then I like watched it again and I was like, something seems a little fucky with the with this rate of fire on Middleton's Mac. Like that's weird. And then I watched it again and again, and I was like, no, I'm not imagining this. This is double the rate of fire, and it sounds like it's a binary trigger. And I remember I think I DM'd you, and I said to Middleton Made, how is this a binary trigger? And he said no. So I was like, because I did see the anti-walk pins, so I was like, maybe it's a binary trigger or some kind of fast trigger. But I knew that Keegan, the journalist, was not that fast. So I called it out on Twitter, and I actually screen recorded it and slowed it down so that you could see it. And then
Well, yeah, no, it's
the rest is history.
It was a common thing, you know, 2 lapel mic pins where the audio for the gunfire, you know, it's just a typical thing. And then whenever Middleton and Keegan spoke, that the off-synced audio just magically got fixed. It just makes perfect sense.
Sorry, but that excuse to me, that's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry.
I mean, I consider you more of an expert when it comes to video editing than probably most.
It's such an egregious mistake that I just don't think that would have made it past the cutting room floor. I mean, we're talking about professional editors here. Like, I really don't think. And then also, the other thing is, like, why would you delay the episode if it wasn't in the episode already? Why would you delay it? So that I just don't buy that. I really don't buy that. And it fits the narrative of what they're trying to get forward with both the article and the video. I've read the article. Chairman pointed out some interesting parts of the article on Twitter. Yeah, so it's to me it's very clear that there was something fucky happening and intentional about it. So.
Well, Middleton, I at least want to ask you before I guess we go into it, because I mean,
Sure.
you were there at least. When you saw it, did you notice it too or anything? Because I didn't immediately pick up on it. That being said, I intentionally also wanted to go into this as blind as possible. So.
Initially, no, just because, like, I don't know, it was kind of surreal to see myself on something so big. Like, YouTube is whatever, but, like, I don't know, Vice is kind of a big deal when it comes to, like, their footprint. So I didn't catch it initially, but once PSR was like, "Hey, do you have a binary?" I was like, "No, why?" And then I kind of looked into it. I'm on the excuse me. I'm kind of on the opposite. I think that it wasn't intentional, but I do think that it was a very egregious mistake because they don't have the workflows for approvals like they do for the docs. So I have a couple of people that are in and they actually had to sign off on certain aspects of the documentary, plus Keegan signing off on it. And all of them said that in the documentary, audio was fine, everything looked good. But what they do is they outsource their, like, YouTube. They basically, like, here, make a quick snippet to just a contracted person. And all of those same people who signed off on the documentary don't sign off on that same YouTube one. It's most likely just someone signing off on it, like I don't even know, maybe the director, but probably not. But the biggest thing with that is you don't have all the people who know how fast that weapon should be firing, or that would, like us, we probably would notice it right away if a gun's shooting twice as fast as it should be, but some dude at Vice who specializes in cannabis documentaries might not. So I'm just it's kind of a bad thing to fuck up on.
I'll counter that by saying that Keegan knows what he's doing. He's done the documentary already on the 3D printed guns. He's been to matches. He's been around firearms. He posted that video. He had to have watched that trailer and didn't pick it up. So, I mean, that you say that he didn't sign off on it, but to me that is as much as signing off on it as it gets when you repost it and all that.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
fair.
at the end of the day, this isn't the fucking 4th grade. Like, it's not our job to fucking like check off on their fucking work for them. Like, they let it through, and like whatever the excuse is,
They fucked
you know,
up.
well, it doesn't really matter because like, you know, the people who will never believe him will never believe him, and the people who want to give him the benefit of the doubt, who like would have seen that favorably, you know, who would have seen the entire doc like read. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but
Well, yeah, the same here because I want to say this too because I mean, me and RK, we both did the original Vice doc when that first came out. Yeah, I saw someone. I also saw someone mention this too. You mentioned it on that stream, and then someone mentioned it again. I guess they were the one where Keegan was asking, "Hey, can you guys like 3D print grenades and stuff too?" Like,
well, that dude who he was asking it to chimed in on the.
That's why I remembered it. Yeah, because I remember RK telling me that. And I was like, yeah, that's a bit weird. And then someone else mentions like, oh, okay, yeah, so that definitely did happen.
Yeah, I don't even remember that part, but yeah, Keegan was definitely putting his nose in everybody's business as a good vice journo would.
Hello, fellow libertarians.
But first,
how do we feel about federal courthouses today?
Well, first, let me grift before we start making the bingo card, because after all, this is a fun little bingo game, and someone gave already a $20 super chat, so I have to do this. Journalists start with flattery and pretend to be on your side, but they decide what gets published. Unless you record everything yourself, don't talk to these people. Yeah, I couldn't agree more than that. That is very, very true.
Shouts out to Mark M.
But jumping off of that, the original reason I did this was because the one last year at Maker's Match didn't portray all of those in a unfavorable light, and I think that was unbiased. But I will say there was some technical issues while they were here, so that probably prolonged it. But they were here for about 8 hours, and including what's going to be shown today and that's been published in the article today. I mean, it is missing a lot of good conversation that kind of clarifies some of the statements that are made. So everything that you'll see me say in this, there's probably another half hour of conversation behind and reasoning and stuff like that to back it up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
They have to cut it to like make it to size, but yeah, I'm like, I wish they would have included the second line right after that. So.
Well, don't worry though, because for fair use, we're going to have to pause a lot of times.
Yeah.
So we'll have plenty of time to speak about it.
Well, this might take 8 hours.
Well, but, we're going to need to add some commentary where we're going to need to really transform this content. So I think we need the bingo card for that.
Well, of course. So who wants to be our bingo card keeper? Because I have the video stream.
Chairman, that's you.
I got the bingo card. I'm wearing my bingo hat.
Hi, Dianexus.
Let me go through. Oh, Dianexus in the chat. Great. By the way, good magazines. If you guys want to go get magazines, follow them. Is it the Magazine Project?
I think it's the Mag Project.
The Mag Project. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll be sure to retweet it again soon. Let me go read this other one. Stop Moss B just gave me $21.69. Thank you very much.
You're missing the big one.
Dude,
I know. I'm getting to it. We're gonna get him. And a real big spender. Okay, big fan of the channel and absolutely just, whatever you want. Just you can get me to say way more than this. But all right, thank you so much for this, Mark M. I'll be sure to see if I can put this up for everyone. If you're gonna give $100, you might.
Chat activities.
Yes, absolutely. You are gonna be. You're going to be funding content for the channel, not gun stuff, because that would be against TOS. You're going to be funding just content.
This
Mark
boxing
M.
match at Applebee's is going to be insane.
Absolutely. $99. Thank you guys for shaping the future of home gunsmithing. Hell, believe it or not, some people would say there's other ways of shaping the DIY home gunsmithing, but don't worry, we can get into that later. Okay, do you have it pulled up, Chairman?
I do, but before we get into it, Middleton, you've seen the doc.
Yeah.
All right,
you're silent. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to mute you. We're muting you.
Disqualified from joining.
You're muted, Middleton. We can't let you. Sorry, it's not personal.
We Pinky is our free space.
Okay. Okay, Chairman.
All right. So we also normally we would take suggestions from chat. Sorry, chat, we can't trust you. This doc has been out for a few days. We're all, except for Middleton, he has an excuse. we're all virginal and pure. You could be dirty. So we're not looking at you. We are following our own light when it comes to bingo. Fair? All right.
Right.
Sorry, chat. All right.
Okay.
First one. Come on, someone.
Okay, so I mean, I already posted one earlier, but my immediate one would be PSR footage. I guess we know there's PSR footage, so that's. How about we go with in a matter of 30 or in a matter of minutes?
Brule.
Now we're gonna go with a matter
Chairman,
of hours.
are you okay, man?
I'm not good, man. I might have the Rona.
Rule.
Fuck it.
Barul. Okay. Who wants? All right. RK, you think of one next.
Let's see. What's the title of the documentary?
It's something about gas and or chasing ghosts, I believe.
Chasing Ghosts.
Chasing
Let's go
ghosts.
with shit.
January 6th.
I'm trying to think of ones that aren't available that weren't on the last one.
No, we can pull ones from the last one. It's fine.
Yeah, we got the PSR B-roll.
No.
Middleton, you're still muted. I'm sorry. You can't.
They're gonna have a shot of a laptop or computer that has like where you can purchase the stuff, but it's gonna be blurred out. Like the JSD
the NBC one.
blurring.
Yeah, the JSD NBC one. That was great.
Fucking
Just put blur.
Put dark web. Oh well, hentai laptop does work too. Okay,
Can I misspell
Spooky.
hentai? Hey, AG, how do you spell hentai?
that's
Is that
correct.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, cool.
You got it.
Hentai.
You got it right.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, Spooky.
We
you
would
come up
know.
with one. Yeah.
I'm gonna go on out of left field here. I'm gonna put a Trump reference in here. I think there's one that's lurking.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna go Jan 6 because you get Trump, you get Jan 6. So you want to put
Yep.
those on a
They,
line.
Yeah.
they go hand
Safe
in
one.
hand.
Insurrection would do insurrection, but yeah, Gen 6 insurrection probably works.
Yeah, we're
PSR.
gonna call those synonyms for this.
Yeah.
I mean, just assault weapons.
Yeah.
Assault. That's a good one. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, do we also want to add like make assault weapons weapons of war too?
Weapons of war. Yeah. Maybe that's a better one.
well, let's just
We should
call them
probably blanket
synonyms for
term
the same
that.
spot.
Just blanket it.
Yeah, and I mean we can. I'll give it that.
AU. Come on, Chairman.
Let's go with, or my next one will be white supremacy. I don't know where it's going to come in, but I think we're going to mention white supremacy. This was before Buffalo or after.
We don't know what they re-edited.
You're right. Good point. But I'm just going to say white supremacy. Let's just do that.
I like it. I mean, mass shootings.
Yeah, mass shooting's a good one.
My serial numbers.
Assault is ASSAU, by the
Fuck
way.
you.
He's a
literally
designer. He's not a
behind you.
speller.
Chairman, look behind you.
We can't have this poor grammar.
I'm gonna say no background checks.
Oh yeah, that's got to be
My
in
background check.
No,
My
my
yeah.
background checks. None of those.
We got in the chat common sense gun laws. I think common sense. Yeah.
By the way, we're getting a lot of super chats. I'll read them all before we start the stream, just to keep this going. We'll do this before. But thank you, everyone that's doing it. I'll be sure to read it. I promise.
there. Super
I'm
chat.
gonna throw in domestic terrorism.
Domestic.
Not a bad one.
Yeah.
Terrorism / extremism. You know all the words.
Okay.
Made in
Oh,
made
they're
in
gonna talk
minutes.
about how dangerous they are to police.
Made in minutes.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That was
some reference to time.
in a matter of 30 minutes, I believe. I think that was what Biden said.
Oh, so they're gonna be talking a lot about like P80s and stuff.
Yeah,
That's a good
what I
point.
was thinking. Made in minutes. Yeah.
Blurred YouTube video of like someone assembling a P80, or like guides to how to assemble them. You know.
I
Isn't
will
that the
finish.
hentai laptop though?
Kind
Oh,
of.
yeah, that
we're
might-
talking about. If we see a P80 Ralph video, I will finish this tall boy of Miklov right now. I'll have that, but that's like a side goal. It's a bonus goal. We don't need to do that that into this.
I think officer safety needs to be on there.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, officer.
Like concern for police safety.
How the fuck do you spell safety? SAFTE.
No.
No, leave it. Leave it. That's perfect. No, it's perfect.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, come on, you guys.
I'm gonna go with the catchphrase "readily convertible." going straight from the chat from that one, unfortunately, but that's a good one.
That's a good one. I see someone saying literal insurrection. We said January 6th for that one. So.
Oh, a fucking graph. Like some fucking graph where they're like, look how much more there are.
Some misleading piece of shit graph.
They're gonna have an absurdly low number of like ghost gun deaths or something, but they're still gonna
go down
present it
from
in a
12.
scary way.
Okay.
12 guns were recovered this past year.
That's 12,000 more percent.
I know that this is gonna be on there, so maybe it won't work. But just ominous music.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we gotta put that on there.
I don't know how to spell.
I've realized
put scary music. How about that?
Scary music.
Got it.
There it is.
We're gonna have
art school, cunts.
an every town or Mom's Demand plug.
Oh yeah,
like some footage or something from.
I was gonna go with a
That's
Josh
daring.
Shapiro or like one of those AG, like a Democratic like AG like cameo or something.
Yeah. I mean, moms will demand something.
Does anyone have we put school shootings yet? We see mass
We
shootings.
have mass shootings. That applies.
That counts. That counts.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm gonna go with some arbitrary fire rate reference.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna assume we're gonna have law enforcement or like a or expert opinion. So like experts say
that's good.
that this is like So I don't know. Like, experts say basically gun bad.
They're gonna talk to a veteran that's gonna complain.
Oh,
yeah.
I like a veteran.
Some gay expert.
Yeah, there we go. Well,
Jesus, Chairman, what does that say?
NRA.
Oh yeah, the NRA. Yeah, that's a good one.
We already have weapons of war. I was gonna say military grade.
We're gonna call that the same thing.
Yeah,
We're gonna call that the same.
Yeah.
Oh, Liberator footage. I'm gonna assume.
Oh yes, good.
Oh,
good.
Cody Wilson.
Cody
Wilson again.
Cody Wilson or Liberator. Yeah.
Yep,
Cody.
yep. / liberator.
There's no way they bring up Cody Wilson and his shenanigans again.
Well, if they do, they're just gonna bring him up to be a pedophile.
Little do you know.
Mine is high cap mags or clip being used in lieu of mag.
I'm gonna for the final one. I'm gonna say like a gun fail, like him like accidentally dropping the mag too low, or like maybe a negligent like discharge, just something stupid.
Operator.
Yeah, that
error?
was. How about operator error?
Yeah, Middleton would be able to know that. So Middleton, keep your face nice and tame here.
Chairman, let's change that to high clip clap. Come on.
I
Okay.
clap.
Now,
Oh no, clap.
All right, Middleton.
Here.
Middleton,
Yeah.
you're unmuted. What do you think so far?
God damn, this is like the worst looking thing. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Middleton,
Wait.
you're unmuted, but I can't hear you.
I think
gonna
some of you are
frame
going to be
this on
pretty
my
happy
wall
with
in my
your
bathroom.
choices of topic, and I think some of you are going to be surprised at how far off you are.
Hey, you know,
Hell yeah.
That's how bingo works, right? You don't get that
I'm,
B5
I'm,
every
I'm, glad,
time.
I'm glad we muted your ass.
yeah, good things.
I
How do you
wouldn't
like
have
the name
ruined
of
it.
the
I wouldn't have
bingo?
ruined it. Have a little trust.
Yeah. But let me go ahead and read some of the super chats. Okay, so before we start this, we could go. Paul Herring, I like ya, but you're being real naive about Keegan. Keegan sat on an interview with a guy from the Trace. Do not talk to the Trace. The Trace is. Oh fuck! I should have said the Trace. I knew it. That was one of the ones I always.
Nah, we
Okay.
already.
Yeah,
set
we already
the
got it.
stone.
We already
So,
got the bingo
Give
card.
me a TLDR. What's the trace?
It is the Bloomberg funded. It's Bloomberg funded. Gun.
You can just stop there.
Safety
That's all we need to know.
organization.
Gun
Pretty much,
safety
yeah.
research.
I will say for a journalist, it's good for that they get both sides. So that's not necessarily the bad thing, but the bad thing is that it's specifically Bloomberg. Like
The thing is, it's the same. It's the nonpartisan meme of we're a nonpartisan gun organization that's just we don't want to take away your guns. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sort of
one
like
those.
No,
the
it's
nonpartisan NPR that we had tell us about how an AR-15 will decapitate humans.
Oh, we could mention that a little bit later. Luckily for us, it's not too long because there's also a gas one. I guess we're not going to get into that one. We don't care about that. But yeah, so pretty much I agree too. If they talk to the Trace, it's usually a bad sign because the Trace is very much
Biased.
there is not much. Also, let me take off that in case for right now. Let me see, Jay Trower. You've arrived when the journalists play spooky music behind your beer. Well, Yeah, that'd be funny if they just edited out PSR's music for like scary B-roll.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a feeling it might happen.
Okay, and then Josh the Remover, what have I missed? Also, I'm the CEO of Oklahoma from Twitter. Okay, well, nice to see you, my friend. Yeah, no, you haven't missed too much so far. We just made the bingo card, but don't worry, the fun's about to start soon. And let me go down again. I think there was another one, or was that it?
Just to respond to Paul, my whole or like point of view on journalism is very similar to a lot of your guys's, but my take on it is a little different. My thing is if the word gets out more about what we're doing, the potential bad press is probably not going to outweigh that. Even when the first one with the improper audio aired, the preview, I had like 3 people that night message me like, "Hey, I'm new to guns. How do I get into this?" So like, we already got 3 people in our community from it. So,
well, so this is the thing though, because that's the idea, like or any press is good press type of a thing, and I agree with it to some extent.
Kinda,
but
yeah.
These are smear merchants. They don't actually they're like with JSD. They intentionally didn't show JSD's name for obvious reasons, because I'm assuring if anyone were to say, it's like, wait, they sell gun parts and I can get them shipped over me. Of course I want to know more about them. So they had to make sure you didn't know where they were from necessarily. Now, we knew it was JSD, of course, because well, we know JSD. JSD was saying it. But yeah, that was the main thing, that was JSD. But again, we'll get into that, I can assure you. But let me go look into this one, the unhero-like. When Suckboy Tony's project gets released, how fast afterwards do we see more people working on fully printed guns in the same vein of no gun parts? I've spoken to Ivan about this. The challenge with it is always testing. The FGC9 is one of the most unique in the regard of how well documented it is, but it's a challenge to do that. You can't really do... You also have to keep in mind, you have to intentionally make things a little bit off so you can catalog every failure. So it's a thing that I agree. I want more fully printed gun designs, but that's usually the typical thing. Maybe both you and Chairman might be able to talk about that. Same with Spooky, I guess, since you guys are devs. But that's the fully DIY printed guns. Why less people are making some of them. But I do look forward to Suckboy Tony's one. I think it's awesome. The plasma musket, I believe, right? Okay. Oh, everyone's muted. That's wonderful. But then I'll just read this other one by Mr. Raj, and this one's to PSR. It says, "Can we just acknowledge PSR's absolute drip?" Wow.
Oh, thank you. It's the
very
loco,
very nice drip.
Custom loco suit, baby.
Alrighty. I mean, are we gonna watch this fucking thing?
Yes.
Let's go.
So let me go pull it up right now. Here it is. Okay. Let me go here. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I don't hear this at all. I am right now using the most jankiest of settings to hear this. So let's hope this works. But we will be pausing a lot to do our nice fair use. So this should be good. Let me go from the beginning here. Chasing Ghost by Keegan Hamilton. All right, guys. Which one do you think will be the first bingo one? Let's take a wild guess.
I saw a police officer, so we might be pretty close to that one.
Oh, let me check that. Do we have police?
Yeah, police concern.
We have some gay expert and scared police.
Okay, well, let's see what the police officer says. Okay, so let me go. Let's start it.
So we're here with agents from the California Bureau of Firearms. They're looking for people who are prohibited from committing crimes by the law. They have a
Did I hear
database that
experts?
tells them when someone's had a mental health crisis, domestic violence.
There's about 25,000 people in the armed and prohibited persons system.
25,000 people in California are prohibited from owning guns.
Yeah.
So the idea is to identify the people who could be using those guns for violence, who are not supposed to have them, and then stop the crimes before they happen.
Ideally.
Minority Report.
Whether they're building it.
Pre-crime.
Minority Report shit.
For mental health, he has 2 firearms and no criminal history.
Then why can't he have his 2 guns?
Wait a second. Oh, let me check this.
2
Because wait, didn't we have
firearms
mug
and
background
no
checks?
criminal
Yeah.
history.
Mug background checks. We're gonna give it that one. And he also basically said he's an expert.
I'll do the background checks. I mean, they said he was an officer. They didn't say he was
agent.
like he's an agent. That's not a fucking expert. Like,
Okay, yeah. Well, you got to keep in mind I'm also using. What kind of soup is released? Okay, that's cool.
well, it's been announced. Fuck yeah, season 3, baby.
All right, let's give him that. Well, a veteran, operator, air. Okay, well, veteran. Nah. Let's keep going, I guess. But yeah, no. And notice there are people. Also, someone knows California. Yeah, that's always fun. It is California.
I'm hoping you guys are going to put that on the bingo card, but California.
That would have been smart.
Yeah.
But,
I should
okay,
have
well.
free space.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
These officers are looking for a suspect who had a mental health crisis and lost his right to own it.
Oh, we didn't choose mental health. That would have been a good one.
Fuck me. Let's
Yeah,
keep going. Let's
all
keep
right.
going.
Well, keep going.
The man was supposed to hand over his firearms. Now the police have come to take away weapons that he registered with the state.
So that's where he screwed up.
Yeah.
Dystopian
Fucking dummy.
community.
Oh, is that a
Maybe he
Mosin?
is retarded.
Mosin? Looks like a Mosin. Okay.
I don't think that. I think you're just seeing phantoms.
But we're not coming from
Maybe.
99.9% of the population's guns. We're coming from the people that lost their right to have guns.
And that's the thing. No one
Why is this guy
lose
that
their
says
right.
no
It's
crime
an
in
inalienable
Plain
right.
From deep.
Dude, more than 0.1% of people are felons. You fuckhead.
I like that scary assault rifle with a revolver.
Oh shit, that's a California assault weapon right there.
Right there. Yeah, I know. It holds
Yeah,
more than
how
6
many
shots.
rounds
And you
does
can
a
fire
6-round
it.
clipazine.
Yep.
Yeah. I can. I wonder. Well, it doesn't shoot the scary AR-15 308 bullets, so
Well,
I
if
think
it's
it's good.
If it's Jerry Mitchellek, he can empty that in half a second.
I would
Yes.
care. I want to see him shoot a revolver. That is amazing.
That
You gotta
man's
see
an
him
assault. That man's a fucking assault weapon with a pipe shotgun. Like,
He's a machine gun for sure.
Turn up the video audio. There is nothing I can really do about it. That's as loud as it's gonna get. I'm sorry, but hopefully, yeah.
you'll have to
that's
turn
good.
yourself up, buddy.
Yeah,
We
I'm
got
trying
the
to see-
do we have the ominous music? Someone said we got the ominous music already.
Oh, that
Yeah, I
was
guess
that was pretty ominous. I'll take it.
we haven't gotten to the PSR B-roll yet, so. Common sense. Well, he's implying the common sense yet stuff. Like he's basically saying
up.
the right words.
It's top left.
What
No,
happened
top
to
right.
Wolf?
Sorry.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay. Now let's go back and let's go.
Innocent people. But a new type of firearm.
That shit. That is a Mosin. That wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There. Don't gaslight me.
Traceable. Ghost guns. Firearms without serial numbers, built from parts sold by hundreds of websites.
Wait. Are we gonna give this? Are we gonna give this a hentai laptop?
No,
it's
they
not
didn't
what-
blur anything out.
No,
they have to
no,
blur
this ain't
something
no
out.
laptop. This is an actual page.
Okay. Well, this is all right.
Is that J?
Yeah,
Is
they
that
did.
just
They did
JSD?
crop
That is
it, though.
JSD.
That's JSD.
That is JSD.
That's
That is totally.
JSD.
They showed Palmetto and they showed JSD. So, all right. Let's keep going.
Or made with a 3D printer.
Oh, there's PSR B-roll. That's PSR. I know that one too well. That's PSR. Let's go. Let's go add
Let's
the PSR
fucking
one.
go. Let's go.
I knew it.
Scary, scary, scary.
Spooky.
I mean, that's what you get. It's really good footage, man. Like, I like
Yeah.
the time lapse there.
Just like be worse at stuff, bro.
Yeah.
They're turning up
Scary
deadly mass
ghost gun.
shooting.
Hey!
Now
mass
school
shooting.
shootings.
God, we're just gonna like
Man,
wreck
we're
this
checking
thing.
all the boxes. Not even a minute in.
Deadly mass shooting.
All right. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Since 2016, the number of ghost
Some
As soon as you said chart, I was like, oh man, they're gonna fucking get that real quick.
Okay. So we got a couple of routes here. Okay. Some serial numbers. Oh, readily convertible, and then January 6th. But wait. Have we gotten to some serial numbers? I mean, we're
Yeah, they
talking
said
about
that.
those
They
numbers.
mentioned
We'll
it,
keep going.
yeah.
Okay. So now we need readily convertible and January 6th.
January
Okay.
6th is gonna be tough. We might not get this right.
We also
don't
need
know,
to
it's
figure
still
out, Are we
Vice.
doing traditional bingo, or are we doing all
Oh,
that
this
weird?
is Vice, dude. They'll mention it.
Well, that depends. If we do get the bingo, then we can keep going, I guess. But
Yeah.
we'll
If we,
see.
get the bingo, we keep going because I want to see this whole card filled.
Okay, let's keep going. Right.
linked to crimes and recovered by police has increased over 1,000% nationwide. President Biden is trying to fight back. In early April,
You go get him, Biden.
rules to outlaw
You got
ghost
him.
gun kits.
I like how they added the applause sound effect behind when Biden.
I think we're about.
Whenever
to
they
get
pulled
made
him up, it was just applause.
I think we're about to get made in minutes, so we just let Biden keep talking.
Okay, yeah. So let's go take a guess.
It's still a couch.
What?
Shorter package like this one over here.
I'm the chairman.
Wait.
I know that's
Includes
not
the
true.
parts you need, the direction of assembling a functioning firearm. You bought a gun. This is the gun.
Dang it! No, they cut it out. They cut it out because he says immediately after that.
Hold on.
It's within a matter of 30 minutes.
I think it's gonna happen eventually.
That was it. I know.
Look at that bad polymer 80 crop.
Yeah, I know.
What company is this, guys? What's one of
Because no, I did that. I watched that. I watched the announcement, the original Biden Ghost Gun announcement live too, and I remember specifically, he did right after the Deer and the Kevlar line. He mentioned in a matter of 30 minutes you can build one of these things readily convertible. Like we would have gotten both of those already, but they cut it out. Maybe they're gonna say it later, but who knows? All right,
they'll do it. They'll do it.
Great polymer 80 crop on this.
It says polymer 80 at the bottom though.
There's no real way to stop someone from going online,
Ghost
buying
guns.
all the parts separately, and building an untraceable gun completely off the government's radar.
Based.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, we're still in California.
Nice.
Here we go.
It don't take a fucking genius to do this shit, bro.
Bird.
Graduate from high school.
Fucking bird.
Bird sells illegal guns to gangs in Los Angeles.
That's probably that guy that stole a bunch of shit from me.
Oh yeah, your chargebacks. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping we're gonna see him pull out his low point as his problem solver, his Glock over there.
Can someone
But
explain
let's
me how they find an illegal gun dealer who will talk to the fucking press?
Yeah,
the PSR won't talk to him.
Don't badmouth the fucking.
Well, I mean, it's just about finding someone retarded enough. Oh, sorry, shit. I was about to say retarded enough to talk to my. Sorry, Middleton. I forgot you were here.
Someone is just saying this is an
To be
expert.
fair, I'm not doing felonies and committing felonies on camera like this guy is.
Someone is
Well, I
just
mean,
saying
yeah,
this
that
is an
qualifier.
expert.
Well, let's be completely honest. Whoever's in here, we're all gonna be treated the same. Like as just we are all birds.
Bird? Yeah.
We are all
Birds aren't real.
To the average, birds aren't real, but we all are birds, according to people that watch this shit.
And ghost guns are real. So
I'm Robert
Well-
Paul.
Real.
I mean, it is kind of fun for people to think we are a little. It adds a little mystique to it. But let's keep going though.
For years, ghost guns have become his main business.
Once you drill out the holes, there's some little tabs that come right here. You take this shit and you snap them off. Boom, boom, boom. Get this all nice and
I'm pretty sure
smooth.
this is just fucking
Once you're done, man.
2A
it's all
3D
over
math,
the place
you
right
know.
You know,
Is he filming a felony?
I've seen that man assemble a P80. I think that's just him.
Last time I remember doing something like this, YouTube didn't like it when me and RK showed the original Vice stock. If everyone's wondering why you can't ever find it, it's because YouTube unlisted it, and it's now only living a live stream playlist because Rob was showing them how to build the gun, and then they didn't like that. So
Yeah.
this will be fun.
You guys, this might be instructing people on YouTube how to build a firearm. We showed some parts disassembled, so.
Well, luckily for us, no, this is fair use. We are going off of Vice because Vice has this upload. Actually,
Not to YouTube.
No, it's not on YouTube.
well, we're
Oh,
EFAPing
no.
it after all. But this actually, I'm going to say right now, this is airsoft. We all are.
This is
airsoft here.
airsoft.
This
Clearly.
is airsoft.
Clearly.
He's clearly a Kaiway illegal Japanese airsoft dealer.
Right, and if anything,
infringing on Tokyo Maru's copyright.
It's not bird. It's
disgusting.
Bayerda.
Yeah, it's disgusting to me. But yeah, it's birdo. But let's keep going.
Oh,
Fred Cutters are bussing though.
I like the gloves though.
You got a fucking gun.
When did you hear about ghost guns?
Maybe like 5 years ago. When I found out about it, I was like, nah, this can't be real. It was like, look, bro, this is all you gotta do. Go to this website, boom, 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 and you're gonna get your shit in the mail.
This is shocking that this is legal.
It's hella shocking. The markup is great, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm selling a gun that I'm getting for $300-400 on the internet for like $1,500. So I'm making a killing and I'm just building it within 45 minutes to an hour. The government wants you to put
In a matter of minutes.
In a matter of minutes.
Made
In a matter of minutes. Are we gonna do that? We're gonna do it.
Expert himself.
45 is a measure of
45
minutes,
minutes.
my man.
Okay, and we also got another $10. Gotta love they found a literal trigger pull up in the dog. I'm not sure
he's
if
a
you,
trigger seller.
Yeah, he's a trigger cell, not a pull. I don't think he's doing that. I'm not sure if you saw that PSR, but that was the NBC Ghost Gun doc where they it was like the reporter said they call themselves trigger pullers. They go. And it was like, it was just like gang, like
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Security cam video of like people just like shoot, like doing drive-bys and shit.
Oh my fucking god.
The ghost gun docs are some of the most interesting ones out of all of them, I'll have to say. But I'm glad to see we got that one. Where are we right now? Matter of minutes. Okay, we can still. I think we can get a Cody Wilson in safety or officer safety here. But let's keep going.
On it, they want you to register it, but nobody's doing that. Nobody gives a shit about that. Like, this is the way right now.
When Bird sells a gun on the street, it's against the law. But ghost guns can still be perfectly legal. As of today, only 11 states and Washington, D.C. have laws restricting unserialized firearms.
Point and laugh at people listening. Oh no, I screwed up.
Boom, boom.
Alright, wait, let me go back to this.
I'm
sorry.
There it is, the airsoft.
Yeah, there's the airsoft stuff.
Nobody gives a shit about that. Like, this is the way right now.
When Bird sells a gun on the street, it's against the law. But ghost guns can still be perfectly legal.
Yeah, no, I just want to mention one thing too, because there's always the conflation of, building ghost. People think, you can't manufacture because you can't sell it, I guess. That's always a thing. People just can't really comprehend the difference between the two of them. I'm glad to see he at least sort of mentions it, because that is a thing people should know. You can't sell. If you sell your guns, you basically are a unlicensed dealer, which is the bad thing.
You can sell them. You just can't make them with the intention of selling them.
You're right. My bad.
Which is why you have a massive IKEA bag in your closet. I could sell guns for like 5 years without ever making one with the intention to sell. Not that I would ever do that, because they're all my babies.
Yeah. No, I got a good point. Although, everyone
you have to serialize it.
Well,
not if I sell them before the end of the year.
All the serialization laws that are on the books of the ATF, like and the whole shit or whatever, only are in respect to licensed manufacturers. You are not a licensed manufacturer. You're an individual who manufactured a weapon that you no longer want for any given reason.
So damn, I stand corrected. So you can transfer a non-serialized.
You still have to do the normal things like make sure that they're not felons and all kinds of stuff. So like in my state, Wisconsin, I can run a background check on someone by looking them up. So that's my due diligence as a private seller or private buyer.
Nah, man, you got to do it like Texas, man. I just give people background checks with the old visual ocular.
That's from Philly. That's
just look them up and down. The Baltimore background check, buddy.
That's the Mac style. Yeah.
I will say this. Matt from Floodbusters has a great video on specifically this exact topic. I think if I remember correctly, it's something along the lines of, if you make your ghost gun, you make your spooky ghost gun, and you no longer need it anymore, it's not against the law to give it away. But that's not because you made it without the intention to get. It's, of course, I'm not a lawyer, so I'll defer to that. But it's a good video to watch if you're interested in that. But let's keep going on to this. I think we're going to hear some fun things here. I bet.
As of today,
let me go pull this up. Also, laugh at the states. Look over here. Maryland, Virginia too. Okay.
No, California's laws are among the toughest in the nation. But
more California.
Rob Bonta says the state is still being flooded with ghost guns.
Just over the course of 2 years,
well, get a boat then.
The increase in guns seized.
I knew it. I should.
California from.
We didn't put Democrat or like
we didn't
Attorney General.
We didn't. Okay.
We don't have a Democrat.
What did we put?
We were thinking. Like
I said that
he's gonna say one of these things. He's gonna say some stupid shit.
Well,
do
we want to consider him
politician from California?
Some gay expert,
Nah.
He's not expert. He's just AG.
I mean, politicians are just gay. They're not experts.
Well, you're not wrong there, I guess. Also, that's just an adorable cat. RK, you need to get Bobby.
Yeah, he's napping somewhere.
Okay. But let me go. All right, I guess, high clip clop, domestic terrorism, a veteran veterinarian, operator error, mom's demand something. Well, wait. If someone wants to check if he's funded by Giffords or Mom Demand, do we
no. Moms have to actually demand. That's fucked up. You're just losing faith in our ability to win bingo, and honestly,
just keep going.
I'm not having it.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, let's keep going.
1,500 to 12,000, and now about 30% of the guns seized in California are unserialized ghost guns.
Hell yeah!
Gotta bump those numbers up, baby.
Not following a regulatory safety regime. We're seeing them used in awful crimes.
Safety
murders,
regime.
Mass murder.
Regime?
So,
Yep,
it's
he
a
said
problem,
safety
and
routine.
So we know that the existing rule needs to be changed, and that's what we're focusing on.
Fucking say some buzzwords.
Oh, yeah, no, this is one of them.
Oh, dude, abortion would have been such a fucking good one. That's
Isn't it
that's
weird
always
how-
the one we fuck up.
Well,
Isn't
we
it
put
weird how
Trump
the
on
left and
here.
right flips on like everything?
Well, I mean, when I saw this one too, like, we could have considered this one as the Trump thing, but like, we just make it somehow like just something off the wall because I didn't. Okay, we're gonna go with the abortion one if anything.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think their way of going about it is it's something along the lines of we're just gonna sue gun manufacturers, which again really wouldn't affect us as much, especially if like you 3D print everything. It's like okay, I guess sue Home Depot to the dirt.
Yeah, what like just let's sue China, guys.
Do we
even
have
if-
common sense though? We do have
Yeah,
common sense
I'm
though.
the one. Even if I'm the one who designed it, you're the one that manufactured it in your home, so you'd have to sue the shooter.
No,
That'd
that's not,
be the right way to do it.
that's not how product liability works. But
I know.
Well, I like what was it what Jay Stark did during the Plastic Defense documentary, where he was asked specifically, what happens if if someone bad uses one of your guns for something, like a terrorist attack or something. It sucks, but it's the nature of what happens when you release files out to everyone.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to lie. Or it's it's the double-edged sword of open source. If anything, everyone can use it, but that means everyone can use it, including people you might not, or you might like, or you might not like. It's a multifaceted thing. But are we going to consider common sense?
he didn't say he has to say the word.
He has to say it. Yeah.
He has to say the word common sense.
I think so.
Yeah, that's like a phrase. That's not like because he could just say like the sky is blue and we'd be like, oh, common sense, we got it. Nah, he's got to say it.
Yeah, I did also read that someone said gotta love they actually got a real trigger puller for the dock because that was a $10 one by Chevio 888, and that's great point. But let me go put my earphone back in so I can hear this.
California's governor are pushing controversial
Let's hear what they have to
bills that
say
mimic
about
an
this.
anti-abortion law in Texas.
Or is it playing?
One proposal would enable lawsuits against almost
Oh,
anyone
my phone's-
who makes or sells ghost guns.
My phone overheated, so you guys can just keep going for me.
Dimitri Karas recently opened a store in Arizona where ghost gun parts.
Tell
are
me when to
made.
stop. I can't hear
He's
it.
also been doing business for years in California, adhering to the state's strict firearms laws.
So if I wanted to build a ghost gun, right? Like if I came in and said, okay, I want to start from scratch.
Okay.
You guys have the parts to do all that here?
I have the parts that you could use to assemble it. You're going to have to go out and do all that work to cut it, and I'm not going to help you with that. But honestly, it's a really cool process to go through. We build computers, we build cars, we build houses, and this is an extension of that mentality.
How does the government regulate
Fucking budget
making a gun at
JSD.
home? And when does a hunk of metal become a gun?
Wait, what company is this, by the way? I can't tell, actually.
They didn't say. Oh no, they did. It was like Firearms Unlimited or something.
The overall company is Firearms Unknown, but all those lowers, those are all various manufacturers.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So let me just. I'll mention one thing too. So the setup I have right now is I cannot actually hear what's going on. I have my own little fake, little specific, I guess, something in the waiting room so I can actually hear what the video is. Because for some reason, StreamYard doesn't actually let me hear the audio for this. So my phone is now overheating, apparently, according to it. So I have no idea what they're saying. I did see what looked like a nice aluminum one that hasn't been Cerakote. I'm guessing that was an 80%er, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
But I'll let you guys stop, or be sure to tell me to stop because I'm relying on you guys now.
Okay.
Alrighty.
The way it's worked up until this point, I can show
Dude,
you.
he's such a
like,
fucking man.
He's a
man.
manlet.
Sorry,
Oh my
PSR.
god. Yeah,
which
no.
is a receiver for an AR-15.
No, don't be sorry.
Your magazine
Manlet's
would go
needed.
there, your trigger would come out right there. But this is a completed firearm, and to buy this, you'd go through the normal processes. And then
What
this over
is
here is a hunk of metal that
just
is
a hat.
not a firearm yet.
There's
This
words though.
has some holes drilled on it, and this one doesn't. Under the law, this is a gun, and this is not.
Under the current interpretations, yeah. However, the ATF, the way that their rulings have gone, I could draw a dot here and a dot there, and just me drawing that dot on this thing, technically they could determine it to be a firearm.
In early April, the ATF
Okay,
issued
this
new rules
does-
trying to
God, look at all the
decide
words.
when parts legally become firearms.
Let me pause it.
Does this count as an expert opinion?
Houses and
The ATF experts in anything? Get the fuck
First
out
of
of
all,
here.
Bird was the expert.
Bird was the expert.
Well,
you're
yeah,
right.
Bird was the real.
If we need an expert to like say we won at the end, we'll qualify Bird as an expert.
You know, the funny thing is, I actually have not even. I can't even hear a word they're saying, but I'm assuming he was explaining to him how 80% work specifically.
Yeah.
Did he mention jigs?
Yeah.
No, he
He
mentioned.
mentioned Sharpies.
Yeah, he mentioned
Oh, wait,
drawing.
was he just freehanding it?
Yeah, he said that if you draw, which is a good point because like they got the guy who did the lightning links like that. If you draw
stream
it,
unavailable, suspended for policy violations.
oh
What?
man,
Yeah, the
Oh
stream
no,
on
they
YouTube
got
is
us.
Well, don't worry, we're on Odyssey.
Oh, okay, great.
They kicked us off. YouTube?
they kick us off YouTube.
I'm gonna put it in chat. Go to Odyssey.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So. Wait. Okay. Well, that should be the warning though. So.
No,
Yeah.
we're out.
Okay. So yeah. Go. Let me
You
go
linked
tweet
the
that.
Odyssey.
Yeah. No. It should be under. I
This
figured
is
this would
a-
happen, but
Here,
yeah.
wait. I'll take a strike. How do I go live?
I'm on Odyssey, so that's that.
So we should just keep it going on Odyssey.
If anyone, let me go check on who's on Odyssey. Yeah. Let me. Who
Sorry
wants
to
to?
cut you off, PSR.
Let me
it's
go
okay.
the Odyssey chat because yeah, that's Odyssey doesn't show up on StreamYard.
Wow, chat is busting with Fs right now.
Yeah, no, YouTube. So okay, Odyssey is here. Okay,
you're
there's
live
45 on
on
Odyssey. We got 45 on Odyssey.
That's
Okay,
actually not
well,
bad. What,
Yeah, you guys just came over. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll let people come back over there. Yeah, YouTube died. Don't worry, they got us. I guess. Don't worry, we can. Well, I would be lying if I said I didn't expect this. So that is why I co-streamed it.
Isn't that
That
funny
is the-
though?
Can you post the Odyssey link in the private chat?
Yeah, let me go do that real quick.
Oh,
It's
I got
basically
it. I see it. Spooky post. Spook you. Thank you.
yeah. So you guys can do the great Odyssey migration. I swear to God, if I lost those super chats, I'm gonna cry so bad.
Oh, we're up to 86 on Odyssey. We're probably the most watched thing on Odyssey right now.
You're not wrong.
All right.
Let me go take a quick look to see what they got me with. Is the channel gone altogether, or what are we looking
I
at?
think they probably just DMCA'd you for playing device stock.
Well,
No,
in that case, we
probably
can.
teaching people how to build guns, of course.
Yeah, it's
Well,
Teaching him airsoft.
It was cleaning. Okay, it was gun safety.
showing any parts at all as PSR and now myself and Hoffman.
Oh, you're back on YouTube. You're back on YouTube.
No.
Haha.
No way. Oh, we are. We're back.
They can't get us, guys. We are.
Hey, they're makers. We are fucking back.
All right. Invert
We are
the video. Turn it upside down.
All right, gamers. We good job, everyone. This is your favorite CS:GO tips and tricks here. AG over here.
Wow.
Don't worry, some CS:GO surfing videos will be coming soon. I love Counter
So
Strike.
someone here's a fucking YouTube fed. Like, I don't know who it is, but we're gonna have to usual suspects this out after the stream.
Ralph is in the chat. Like, how? How did that happen?
Ralph, this is what happens when you don't speak to NBC. Okay, you market yourself as a gaming channel. There's a good chance this video is being like recommended for Counter Strike videos because that's shocker when you have a.
All right.
Yeah. All right, gamers.
Guys,
Yeah.
Bird. I had Bird the plug on the phone, and he actually was able to get it back in.
Way to go. Thanks, Bird. Our favorite.
He really. He's our favorite.
Wait. We have gay experts. We have
Wait.
Yeah. Healthcare and physicians organizations, which have called gun violence a public health epidemic.
All right.
Gay fucking experts. We got them, boys.
Boom.
It was in that fine print.
In the fine fucking print.
Okay. Let me just double check to see what YouTube Studio is saying right now. Let me check my dashboard real quick. Okay, so. Oh yeah, no, we haven't gotten any strike or anything yet. Good job, everyone.
Let's fucking go.
Pull that money out real quick.
It's a miracle.
All right. Don't worry, guys. We're still here, and just in case, let me see. I'll post the Odyssey link right now on the YouTube chat.
Yes.
In case this goes down again, here you go.
The real Chads will stream both at the same time.
Yeah, this is the nice thing about StreamYard. The only downside of it is I can't hear shit what's going on in this video, so I'm relying on you guys to call it out.
I blame your setup.
Oh, it is without a doubt my setup. Oh yeah, no.
AG, don't you have that fucking hotel AC? Just put your phone in it.
That's actually not a bad idea, but my phone's at like 20% battery, so I have it wireless charged.
Oh,
okay,
my
something
God. You
went
don't have
wrong.
a 6-foot cable.
I'm using my Apple earbuds because that's the only thing that actually lets me hear both things. This is the most jankiest of
Steve
setups.
Jobs
Trust me
sense,
right
dude.
now. Yeah, you guys see PSR's footage, and yeah, look at me. You can see the disconnect between us two when it comes to quality in videos. But go ahead. What were you saying, PSR?
Oh, this is Chairman's taking a fat vape rip, by the way.
Oh my, that's gonna get.
You're
it's
muted.
TOS.
You're muted. You're muted.
I'm always
It's
taking
TOS.
fat rips, bruh.
On God.
That will get us. But okay,
Are we not
now that
allowed
we're
to vape on
back.
stream?
Yeah, now,
No
now
vaping?
I'm just messing with you. That's probably okay.
I was about to leave this platform. Holy
No, yeah,
shit.
it's no weed, I think. Yeah, no weed.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no.
But
I don't
He's like, "That's
no one's
heroin.
questioned
That's totally
Delta
cool."
8 yet. But yeah, let's keep going. I
right,
guess where were we?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds, but that was fun. All right, guys, that was a nice little scare, but here we still are. Suck it, Ralph. Okay.
Finished AR-15 part like this
STL
one
Ralph.
isn't legally considered a firearm until it has markings for drilling holes or is sold with parts.
and
or
milling
tools to
out the
complete
whole
assembly
fucking
process.
trigger pocket, you cunt.
Yeah, hey.
Even if
It's
you
a
put the
bit-
dots on it.
It's a little thing to gloss over, but
Yeah. Yeah. They missed that, and they showed all of the parts that you need to make a firearm. So definitely kicking
Maybe
them
Vice
off
is
YouTube. Based.
I mean, I do
I
like the
forget-
handguard. I don't really know how to set up like the old A2 like handguard, so I'm kind of glad to see that. I haven't actually done that.
I love all those fin grips. Those beautiful fin grips.
All of those rifles look like to me. I don't like it.
There's a guy. He does a lot of girls
Wait.
frontline videos on YouTube.
Does that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. Does that sub 2000 have a fin grip on it?
Yeah.
It does. Yes, it does. I was gonna. The
sorry.
fixed magazines. Yeah, if it's more than 30 rounds, you can assume that thing is locked in place, locked and loaded.
Someone in chat is saying check readily convertible. I didn't hear it.
I didn't see readily
Well,
convertible.
readily convertible to a firearm, but
Oh, did they
what
say
did we-
readily convertible?
nah, I don't
Did they
think so.
say it?
Chat, did
I
they
didn't
say
hear
it?
it. Someone in chat said they did.
Wait, should we go back a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
bring
it.
it back like 30 seconds.
Okay. Let's go right here. Oh, okay. Let me press.
A firearm.
In early April, the ATF
Was that it?
issued new rules.
That their rulings have gone. I could draw a dot here and a
keep
dot
skipping
there,
around.
and just me drawing that dot
Okay, yeah.
on this thing, technically they could determine it to be a firearm.
In
Okay.
early April, the ATF issued new rules trying to clarify when gun parts legally become firearms. An unfinished AR-15 part like this one isn't legally considered a firearm until it has markings for drilling holes or is sold with parts or tools to complete the assembly process.
Nah.
Nah.
Anyone
No.
with basic gun knowledge can avoid.
It's true, though.
It's
So there was-
implying readily available, but it's not readily
No,
available.
he didn't say it though. Yeah,
No,
he
he
didn't say it.
It's implying.
Chat's saying that they said it even further back. If we need readily convertible, we'll go back and find it.
Oh, stream went down for a second? Okay. Well, so the thing is, this is also on StreamYard, so again, even if my internet shit, which is more than willing, it's just hotel Wi-Fi of all things, it should be server-side, so that means, like, Chairman or someone can basically take it. Yeah, no, this is the most jankiest of all setups. I understand that completely. It's not a great one, but we're going to make it work, everyone, and I believe in us. Okay. Let's keep going, though.
a background check or registration and acquire all the parts needed to make an untraceable weapon.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait, was that a Reagan on a fucking
Yeah, we had
dinosaur?
Ronald Reagan.
You didn't have that one on fucking
That
video.
is cringe.
If only it was Trump.
Oh, yeah, no, the Trump with like a tank. Yeah. Okay, well, let's keep
Dora's
going.
box has been opened. No matter how hard you want to ban them or get rid of them, you can't put them back into the box. There's more guns in this country than there are people. And so any
Right.
attempt from the federal government, it's not going to work in this country. Are you going to have police officers sitting down at Lowe's to make sure that I don't buy pipes? Because I can go down
Amen.
to Lowe's and for about $10, I can make a shotgun.
The term ghost gun is new.
Base.
But, yeah, no, wait, do we have anything about that?
No.
No.
No, okay. Well, I mean, it's a good line. I'm curious how much he also said. Because it makes
You
it,
could tell
the way
there's
Vice
stuff
goes. Oh, yeah, you could tell that. Like, that's. It's more of like he said the parts that we all know to be true, but it was more of like what can get the most riled up, like people that don't know any better.
Yeah.
But all right, let's go hear let's go hear Keegan's definition of ghost gun. I'm assuming it's going to be a good one.
Homemade and improvised weapons without serial numbers have been around for a long time.
New York.
On the other side of the country, the NYPD has been pulling these types of non-factory weapons off the street for decades.
So many guns.
This was a homemade firearm, flashlight.
Are we gonna just acknowledge that most of these are fucking revolvers?
Yeah, this is just their reference collection.
Bruh.
Like maybe these are like OG ghost guns of like they're that old that they don't have serial numbers on them.
This is before we invented numbers.
I mean, like it could be.
Once again, the only two cities that can, that are in this country are New York and LA. By the way.
Oh, they got us again.
Wait, YouTube got us?
Yeah, we're down.
Oh, Susan just put down the Franza. I swear to God.
Dude, Susan is fucking just drinking that box man harder.
Well, it's just okay. Well, let's go check Odyssey.
All right.
Is Odyssey still up?
Yeah, it looks that.
Okay. We were suspended?
No, Odyssey's
The stream is suspended.
The stream says unavailable. Stream suspended for
It
policy
said that last
violation.
time too.
Yeah.
But YouTube, let me go refresh YouTube dashboard real quick.
Bruh.
Did we get it? No, I have not gotten that yet, so it'll probably pop back up again.
Well, let's just keep going on Odyssey.
Yeah, no, it just says copyright. They've copyright claimed us, but that's about it. Which, shocker, that always is what happens. Usually, it works sometimes, but okay.
Well,
So
use,
Odyssey chat.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, we're talking over this, and you know what? He was cleaning a gun. It's actually more about gun safety than it is actually showing anything. But let's keep going. I'm curious to see this is gonna go. Yeah.
This is a flashlight?
Flashlight that was converted into a firearm. You have this.
Wait.
Two handguns, for example, and then simply.
Zip gun.
I have a friend
These are
whose
fucking
father
zip
makes
guns.
those at work nonstop.
Oh no.
These are like Brazilian favela guns. Like a Brazilian show me this shit. Like, yeah, no, one of them is like almost like a contender. Like it's a single break action like one-shot pistol. What the hell do they have here? What museum did they rob for these guns?
This is
a
what
zip
crime
gun,
in New York
sir.
looks like.
Well, all right. I'll just keep seeing where this goes.
Fire projectile.
That is terrifying.
That right there, the shotgun.
Wait. Said that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
This is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Keegan just said
boxes.
it's terrifying.
Well,
Shit, we should have put Soy Boy.
I mean, that could be a free.
That would have been checked off the bat.
Here, I'll
We knew
check.
Keegan was gonna be in it.
I'll just check Pinkus for Soy Boy.
Okay, well, we just need to. Let's go check it real quick. We have officer safety and then NRA. So we have a couple of routes for this: readily convertible in January 6th, and officer convertible or officer safety and NRA. So let's go see. Not yet, but we can see what's. Let's see what happens.
Let's just keep going.
To a specific gun by running a ballistics trace.
So this is a ghost gun. We're going to generate a test-fired projectile and a test-fired shell piece in the tank.
Oh shit, he's unleashing the ghost
Collect
guns.
shell casings and bullets from the tank, then study them under a microscope. The aim is to match guns to suspects and crime scene evidence. But a ghost gun
I wish they blurred out
disrupts
the computer.
process.
The rifle bullet that we just fired in the tank from the ghost gun. She's looking for similarities and differences between the two.
Every firearm that shoots a bullet is going to leave distinct markings like the ones we're looking at under this microscope.
Wait. They blurred out the side of the computer. Look. That's blurred.
That's depth of field.
No. Ah, shit. Fuck. All right, never mind.
Okay.
Depth of field.
The ghost gun hasn't changed this part of your job. What makes it harder is like tracing back where that ghost gun came from. That's the ghost part.
It potentially makes it impossible.
They did blur the top part of that.
That looks like a hentai laptop to me.
That's hentai laptop.
That's hentai laptop.
They blurred it.
Where's
Yes.
hentai laptop? Okay, so we can go January 6th or weapons. Okay, I think we can get a January 6th or weapons of war.
I think we'll have something here.
All right. Back to the stream.
This news contacted over 50 police departments across the U.S. Major cities that kept track of ghost guns shared data showing a.
It's weird that they're all left-leaning.
Yeah, well, what's a common trend with these? Anyone notice anything with these ones right
There's a
here?
lot of birds I'm seeing right now.
Huh, yeah.
lot of birds.
Baltimore, New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, LA, what are these things? I don't know.
It's the only one.
What was Oklahoma City one? What's that
Okay.
about?
Wait, maybe it's gonna update.
surge in unserialized weapons
Oh, okay.
in recent years.
7.
And new technology is already
Oh.
making
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, here's.
What the fuck was that layer adhesion?
That's called the nylon first layer when it's like.
Is this the coax nylon too?
Yeah, that was so. I don't know if you've ever seen if you've seen how a Viper starts, but the Viper, it just fucking purges, and then instead of it giving a chance to like wipe it off, it just goes right into the print. So you got to go in there and snip it right away, and then because they have the cameras there, I don't want to be.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm a poor, so I only have an Ender 3. But yeah, no, that's understandable. maybe I can ask the 3D print general for a couple extra ones. Who knows? Maybe I can get the Quiddy or the ridiculously nice one to you guys. I don't know, the Kickstarter one. But let's keep going though.
It's even more difficult to contain.
Oh,
wait,
liberator,
wait,
liberator.
liberator! We got a liberator.
We got liberator.
I knew it. I knew
and
it.
then a big ATF in the corner.
Okay, so wait. Oh, Chairman's gone right now. But let's go check up the Odyssey chat. Let me go see that. How that's going. Where are we on Odyssey?
Odyssey's doing fine. That's where I'm at right now.
Let me go pull it up right now. Where is
156.
Oh, 150. Oh shit, that's a large Odyssey fucking stream.
The Odyssey Golden Record. We're at 160 now that you joined.
All right, great.
Go.
Good job, guys. Odyssey's great. You know, this is maybe you just might stream on Odyssey from now on. Who knows? That actually might not be a bad idea. But all right, good job, guys. YouTube is back. Okay, so YouTube is back right now.
No way.
Yeah,
Shit,
YouTube.
we're
Yeah,
down the line.
YouTube is back, and we again suck at Ralph, but like yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay,
shit
so
talk Ralph in the.
Yeah, everyone drop an NBC Ralph. But yeah, STL Ralph. You know,
Hey, you can't keep the Ralph mail down.
you're right. You
The
can't
Ralph
keep
mail.
The Ralph mail is just Ralph Strong. But you know, so you missed it. We got a Liberator. We got a Cody Wilson Liberator.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm sorry about that. My sheet.
Yeah, no.
Run it back because it was entertaining. It was a nice
All
little
right,
clip.
can we run it back? Sorry.
Yeah, we can run it back. We can run it back. We can run it back. By the way, in case anyone's wondering, without a doubt, I am immediately removing this off of YouTube when we're done. It will stay on Odyssey, by the way. But love you guys so much.
AG?
No. Okay, let's go back. Let me go back to this. Right. Okay.
Shared data showing a
Okay,
surge
so
in unserialized
we're at this part
weapons
scary
recovered in recent years.
democratic. I mean,
And
just
new
cities.
technology is already making ghost guns even more difficult to contain.
There's
In
Liberator.
the last decade, 3D printed weapons have evolved from flimsy plastic to include AK-47.
Hey, it's Ivan.
AR-15.
Hey!
Oh,
Yes,
PSR.
Got Ivan in here, nice.
And this guy.
Oh yes, Wild
Wow,
Arms
yeah.
Research. Wild Arms Research and
I have
Development.
a short little stubby grip that I just finished designing, so let's put one of those.
Middleton.
Oh, he's handsome.
Focused. My man's focused.
Middleton create new gun designs and share the files online for anyone to download.
Ooh, using the mouse like a con.
Super futuristic.
What type of
Now,
mouse though?
man.
By power.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear it.
Okay, let's be quiet.
I sound.
We got banned off YouTube again.
It's still up for me.
No, it's done. It's
There
done.
it goes.
Let's
What's
just
going
keep
on?
What is fucking getting it? I don't understand.
I don't know.
The
It's-
DMCA maybe.
They have background
It's-
music. It could be the eerie background music. You don't have rights to it on your channel.
It's
Well, don't worry, guys. We have one of the largest streams on Odyssey, probably, so we got that going.
AG,
for
I
us. Good
told
job.
you to invert the video. They'll never know.
Well, you know, I have this like, it's a screen recording the screen recorder, so the metadata should be different. You know, whatever.
You need to put yourself in the corner playing it with a controller.
Well, that's. I'm not gonna say the first stream I did on YouTube was assembling a gun with Metal Gear Solid 5 in a commentary window. That's not what I'm gonna say happened. It's not why it's private. That's definitely not it.
You're gonna have to show me that when you come back home.
Yeah, I'll be sure to show. I may or may not.
Someone said we need a drink every time YouTube drops or comes back up.
Okay, don't worry. I'm already a step ahead of you.
If we do that.
All right, run it back like 15 seconds because I think we missed what Middleton was
Middleton
saying
said.
in the video. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, an iBuyPower mouse. Come on, you're better than that.
Hobbyists like Ethan Middleton create new gun designs and share the files online for anyone to download.
Wow, this looks super futuristic.
The future's now, old man.
The government has no idea that you made this gun and have it in your home right now.
Well,
They probably did.
Based.
Well, at least Vice knows it.
Yeah, they know now.
Yeah, they went and told the ATF immediately after.
Here's all the footage.
Well,
hey,
now
this fuckboy Middleton, you know what he's up?
well, I'm about to. We're about to see your name here. Please tell me you gave him a fake name.
I said Rusty Shackelford, but they insisted.
You should no. You should have said that's my birth certificate. I can go pull it out. Just call their bluff.
I'm pretty good at Photoshop, so.
That would have been hilarious. But okay, let's go here. What Middleton?
I mean, he should have said Ethan. He should have said Ethan Ralph.
Oh, you're right. That would have
That would have been fucking cherry.
I mean, if you could have pulled a Sam Hyde, then that would have been interesting. But like, I would think Keegan might be a little privy to it. But yeah, and Ethan Ralph. If anyone's wondering, and if they actually want to mess with the Vice Journal, that might be something to consider. But hey, again, do it at your own peril. Let's keep going.
Legal and open and public as possible because I love the sharing of the information. But if I wanted to print it and didn't want anyone to know about it, no. Printer's not connected to the internet. Nothing else would really indicate to anyone else that it's here. So,
What would you do if, like, tomorrow there's a mass shooting and the gunman is wielding, you know, one of the frames?
Yeah, I was waiting for you. I was like, he's asking me that too.
Well, okay. Let's.
So on
let's all
this,
be quiet.
before we get into
Thinking
it,
about that one.
before we get into it, let me say that after this answer, there was like 3 lines that go into a justification on why I still think that the sharing of the information is extremely valuable, and how.
Well, no, let me stop you right here though, because this is the fun part about when you speak to journalists is that you're not going to get that part out, and you know what? We're gonna let that go in without you getting that part in, because you know, yes, when you can actually explain things yourself and not have to worry about someone misrepresenting you, you know, it's you wouldn't need to explain yourself.
Like if you didn't talk to a journalist and just posted your thoughts on Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm still hyped that we got new people from this though. I'd do it again. If they come up to me, I'll do it again.
Come
at me, bro.
No.
Okay, well, don't worry. No,
Come on,
don't
BBC.
worry. We can talk about. PSR, you're gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, why don't Ethan? After this plays, you can explain what you were gonna say.
Yeah, okay. But let's everyone, let's be quiet. Let's hear. Something.
Whoa, we're back.
We're back on YouTube. Okay, go ahead. Okay, we're back on
Drink,
YouTube.
everyone, drink.
All right. I'm pulling out my Michelob. Let me go take a sip.
I don't have anything, but just drink.
Okay, just slap yourself on the cheek or something like that's something.
What's everybody drinking?
A tall boy of Michelob Ultra.
Ooh, fancy.
Dark Skies Pilsner from some fucking San Antonio place.
I got
I'm
Screwball
drinking
peanut butter whiskey.
Water in a Fuzzy's Taco Shop cup.
Ooh,
nice.
Who said
You've
All right,
never been
guys.
to Fuzzy Tacos? Get a Fuzzy Taco. It's really good.
Is it in Wisconsin?
No, it's in Arizona. It's like Tempe.
No. If I want to go to the desert, I can go to West Texas. But you know, let's keep hearing. Oh, great.
Shouts out to Polymaker in the corner there.
You.
Wait, is Polymaker here?
Yeah.
No, just in the frame.
Down at the bottom right.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. By the way, Polymaker, great company. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd feel pretty devastated if any of my firearms showed up at a crime scene.
Ooh.
Honestly, it would. That'd really suck. But bad people are just gonna do bad things.
True.
Can you see the cuts?
Pause it.
Yeah.
Chairman sitting there like, oh no, I love it when my guns show up at a fucking crime scene.
Chairman has a wall of newspaper clippings.
I love collecting busts that have my guns in them. It's like I just love seeing criminals with good taste. But actually, the other day, I think we actually got I had maybe a month ago the first time that I know one of my guns shot someone, but it was some fucking knucklehead in New York shooting himself in his own goddamn hand. So
Oh, that was the one that had like 0 infill, right? Yeah, like the one that did like 1 wall 0 infill, right?
Yeah, no. This guy like shot himself in the hand and went to the hospital.
Because he was trying to disassemble the Glock, and then there was
Why do they get us? We're looking at a fucking field of corn.
Yeah, it's DMCA.
Drink again.
Okay,
Drink
another
again.
shot.
Drink
Susan's just put down the box of Franz to Susan, please.
Susan's a mom. She's demanding something from us.
You know, if Dianexus is there, maybe he can go give her a visit. Maybe make her happy again.
But the other day, the actual first like violent crime that I'm aware of happened with one of my frames. Some guy in New York shot some 60-year-old lady.
Oh fuck, dude.
Now, thankfully, they got the guy, and the lady survived the whole thing. But usually, like I post a lot of stuff about like New York cops like busting people with my frames, and I'm like, haha, like fuck you, New York. And, you know, in this case, like, good job, detectives. You solved an actual violent crime. And I didn't like post this on Twitter because I didn't want to like, I don't know, fucking like bloat post over some lady getting shot. But it's like, you didn't seem to have much trouble tracking down the firearm.
Yeah, but they were, but it's untraceable ghost gun. I don't.
Yeah,
think
like this guy is untraceable. You never should have found him.
Well, yeah, now I feel bad saying I thought you were gonna say the first crime was when someone like posted or there was a crime scene image of your frame and then someone used electrical tape over the stipples. I thought that was a crime in itself.
Just being Canadian is a crime, so I didn't even mention that.
You're right. It's just a tip of the iceberg. I understand.
Tip of the Mapleberg.
Yeah, tip of the maple tree. You're right. Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Is YouTube
So
bad?
Middleton, you were gonna say something though about what they omitted.
So yeah, the couple sentences past that. So like, how would you feel if your firearm showed up in a crime scene or was used in a mass shooting? And it essentially was what was on screen. I mean, I'd be pretty devastated, and it would suck if that happened. But bad guys are going to do bad things, and
Hey,
freedom
Cubs,
isn't.
drink. We're back on YouTube.
What?
Back on YouTube.
Again, and let me just say it, suck it, Ralph.
Sorry, you got interrupted again.
You're
Ethan.
good.
Keep going.
Basically, like, information is key to freedom. Every time that someone is trying to take away information from someone throughout history, they're the bad guys. Like, that's how that works. So information's important to freedom, and if information is dangerous, then that's what freedom is. Freedom is dangerous, and that's okay. Like,
Big facts.
Well, yeah, no, that's the nice thing about open source, if anything. I mean, we've had a couple of things, even with Linux too. It's more than just firearms in that regard. You know,
yeah,
it's what I prefer about open source more than anything else is that you really, I guess, if anything, where you kind of even touched on it too in your own little answer, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword because you don't want people to do bad things with what you do, but it's kind of you can't really control it.
well, that's even why like schools banning like To Kill a Mockingbird, because it might make people say the N-word. Like, oh fucking
God.
well, like then they'll learn why it's bad, or if they're the ones that do that, then whatever. Like,
well, yeah, you can't hide from it. Or the thing is, it's already out there, and by pretending like it doesn't exist, you aren't really solving anything. You're just shoving your head into the sand. It's not going to fix any of the problems. It might make you feel better inside, but that's not going to change anything.
banning
That's what a lot of these policies
information
are.
is just a band-aid, just like gun control is just a band-aid. The real issue is whatever is causing that. So like it's most likely societal, like in the gun control issue, it's a societal and
Agreed.
mental health issue. But
Agreed.
I mean,
it's not
yeah,
information or guns or the fact that a book says the N-word or anything like that. So
Oh, thankfully, books aren't allowed to say the N-word anymore, so I think we'll be fine.
well, yeah. Luckily, no one can say it either. It's
well,
against
wait
the
till I write a book.
Yeah, I keep trying and it won't come out.
So it's
Yeah, no, look-
literally impossible for anyone other than Ralph to say. So I think
Well, I mean, what are you talking about, Chairman? I can read the private chats to the side. You're saying, I mean, let's keep going though. Yeah, let's keep playing.
Arm, where he showed us his 3D printed gun, a 9mm Mac 11 he calls the Mac and Cheese.
By the way, I'm just gonna ask this, but did you come up with, or why do you choose mac and cheese? I mean, I like the name. It's classic.
Play the
It's all
video
food.
for 10 more seconds.
Oh, okay. Is that what we're about to get?
Designs are
Keep hearing.
and this one uses a Mac 11 upper receiver. I'm in Wisconsin, we're a cheese state, so Mac, cheese, mac and cheese.
Ah, okay.
This
Mac
is
and
metal
cheese.
from a factory.
Correct.
This is
Yeah, so
something
all my
you 3D
designs are
printed
food-based, just
yourself.
to be different.
I want to at least acknowledge this too. That is not a Velocity or MAF upper. That is a different Mac 11 upper.
Lage, right?
Lage manufacturing.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, no, that looks noticeably nicer.
It's a Chad Mac upper. That's a Gucci Mac upper.
I'm not going
Yeah,
to show
no.
the whole thing, obviously, but I mean, I do have VMAC. It's just.
The Lage is sick, dude.
I mean, no, yeah. If I had a
VMAC
Lage
has
too, I mean,
major
I would only
problems.
show it to you. But yeah, maybe we can talk about that on a daytime stream because I am actually interested about Mac development. Yeah. I also do like your little flash cannon on there. This thing holds up, but
You're breaking up a little bit on me.
Oh,
Is it
no.
is it
Yeah, it's breaking
Yeah.
up for me.
The feds
Okay.
got him.
Oh God!
No, you're
No,
back.
no,
You're back. You're back.
I'm back.
now.
I'm back. Okay, we're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
So the flash
Maybe
can on there is a linear compensator called the push pop, or excuse me, the man. All my food things are starting to get all mixed up in my head. Excuse me.
Pill pusher, right?
Oh, yeah, that's the pill pusher. Sorry, it uses a ST tactical booster. With that particular filament that's shown in this video, that was the Polymaker Polylite that I was testing. That is not okay for this. It will chip and will break.
PLA Pro or the?
This was the Polylite.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
The
yeah.
PLA Pro
expected
is
this to fail.
incredible. Yeah, no, the PLA Pro is some of the greatest
what I
layer
thought.
adhesion.
Yeah.
My EDC is PLA Pro.
If you
Yeah,
can,
no.
this will work in PLA Pro. I had someone else put a couple hundred rounds through it, and it's just fine. But I did want to note, it works great with PLA Plus and really, really good with carbon fiber nylon. But PLA regular or Polylite will basically self-destruct after about 30 rounds. So, no.
Good for pictures. Good for pictures. I guess.
Yeah.
And my phone is overheating, so I guess I'll let you guys tell me whether or not we still hear.
I just want to read one comment. I'm
Oh, go
poor,
ahead.
so I use an iBuyPower mouse, says the owner of a Lay Jumper.
Thank you for catching that. How could we've missed this?
You're assuming that I purchased it.
Well, I respect that to some regard. Too.
Wait,
Nice hustle.
someone asked about the location you're shooting. What, if you don't mind me asking, like what type of setting is this?
They said a farm in Wisconsin. I have access to private land from a family friend, so
Nice.
I can
Must be nice.
not whenever I want to, but I can go out there sometimes and go shoot. As you can see, there's campers in the back, so
Yeah, I was gonna
sometimes
say.
people stay at this with like their families and stuff, and the proximity to where I shoot to where they stay isn't ideal. So,
So you're not just mag dumping into a trailer park. That's what chat was asking.
no, I usually go to Milwaukee for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, same with me. Sometimes if I just need a test fire, I go to Houston. No one's gonna notice. But
Oh man.
let's keep playing, and you guys, I'll let you be my eyes and ears for this one.
This is the ghost gun, the blue part.
Correct. So this is the regulated part that people want serial numbers on, is the blue part. That's the lower receiver. Just insert in there, slap it on the ass,
By the way, nice patch
and
there.
discharge it. You
Thank
should be ready to go.
you.
There we are.
Also,
Followed the bolt forward. Is that operator air? No, just kidding.
That's how the audio should
Oh,
sound.
yeah, that's the mac and cheese.
Regular semi-auto shots.
Shoots super smooth. I mean, I've shot a lot of factory
Shouts out
guns,
to-
and I mean, I could tell because it's blue. But other than that, it'd be hard
Tell
to
me if you
tell
want me
the
to pause,
difference.
by the way.
Pause it real quick. I just got a comment. Oh, nice.
the Desert Knight. Fuck
I
yeah.
will give Keegan the fact that he didn't blink, which is usually people blink.
Did he
when they're
not?
shooting it. He did
Well,
not blink. Let's run that back.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, dude. That
we
means he's
run
a
it back.
T1000.
Well, I'll give him
he's
that,
not
though.
human. He's not human.
Yeah, no. This is, I guess, 2 years of the Makers match. Don't
Oh,
worry.
hey, guys, drink. We got banned off YouTube again.
Oh, okay. Well, gosh darn it. Let's go check the Odyssey number. Let me go check the Odyssey chat too. I feel bad about it because I only have one monitor, so I'm not actually being
Oh,
able
no,
to.
I'm keeping an eye on the Odyssey chat.
Okay, good. We are at 159 again, so good job everyone on Odyssey. Yeah.
Also, herb shoulder and a brace is legit. You're totally legal to do that. So
No, it's completely legal. Your dog's gonna die. It's don't ever do it. It's dangerous.
Hey.
I'm not a lawyer, so don't worry about it. Yeah, he didn't blink though. I see. Also, I was actually gonna ask you this specifically too, for because I know the Mac. At least I have the Velocity one. I don't have the one that you have there, which is significantly nicer. But what pin size is that?
I believe it's a 5/16.
Okay, yeah. I had to get a
But if
screw
you're
for-
using Velocity, the VMAC, it might not fit through because like 90% of VMAX have a trunnion that's literally like a half a degree out of spec. So with Masterpiece Arms, with Lage, with anything else, or Cobra, with anything else that I've tried, that pin will go through. A metal pin will fit through perfectly fine and even fall out if you don't have a pin in there. With Velocity, because that trunnion is slightly askew, it's not perfectly perpendicular to the barrel, you might have to actually drill out one side of the front part of the printed receiver in order for a metal pin to fit. Or like mine, it's probably a little bit more than usual. I have to use a printed pin because it won't fit a 5/16 through there at all.
Printed pin?
Yeah, I have
Is
a
it nylon?
file. Yeah, I printed mine in nylon. The PLA ones, it's small, so a small pin like this in PLA is likely to crack. So it's
Yeah,
not,
that's what I figured as much.
Yeah, it's not the ideal situation, but it works. Yeah, that's the issue with VMAC. If you have a VMAC and you want to use the mac and cheese or presumably any of the other M11 lower receivers, if that lower receiver has a tight front receiver pinhole, you're gonna have to drill it out, otherwise VMAC probably won't fit.
Yeah, I was going to tell you because I think I might have mentioned to you on Instagram. I did make a mac and cheese, and I had that front trunnion part of the frame crack on me, though that was also an ASA. So I'm reprinting that out. I want to give it a fair shake, if anything. It was working really well before then, and then when that happened, things started. I started having a couple of jams, but I'm not going to blame it on that. Is YouTube back, by the way, or is it still Odyssey? And Janies are bipolar. I agree.
It's back.
Okay, what's back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, my phone isn't dead anymore right now, so don't worry. I just left it on top of the air conditioning. We're back.
Wait,
Now
do we
I
have
can
to drink
hear
again?
I guess so. Let me take another sip.
I'm out of drink, so. Chairman, you're muted.
Fuck, yeah. We're drinking whenever YouTube bans or unbans us. I've been talking for like 30 seconds.
I just saw you moving your lips. I'm like,
No, thank you, Milton.
Okay, well, let's go start.
Milton, I love your Desert Night camo, by the way.
Thank you. I just love it.
It's a cool rig.
Also, shout out to Control Pew for that the patch there. The thing's kick ass.
By the way, what's the optic on it? I at least want to ask that too. It looks really nice.
On the mac and cheese?
Yes.
That's an Aimpoint M2 or Comp M2.
Okay, yeah, that beats the Fayette.
No expenses were spared.
I'm broke. I'm sorry.
Well, I can tell you right now, there's easy things to sell if you need to make some money. But let's keep going.
On the ass, and then just charge it.
Let's see if Keegan blinks.
There we are.
I know I do.
Okay.
So. Damn.
He isn't, yeah.
Hey,
Stone cold.
All right, respect to Keegan. Where
Mac
it's
and
deserved.
cheese.
I mean, that shoots super
Look at that
smooth.
boy.
I mean, I've shot a lot of factory guns, and I could tell because it's blue. But other than that, it'd be hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
3D printed guns have started turning up all over the world. In Europe, where gun laws are strict, and in the hands of rebels fighting a military dictatorship.
Oh shit, we should have had
Hell
Myanmar
yeah.
on there.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't expect him to show the cool stuff, though. Yeah, that's a cool stuff, but all right. I mean, good
talked
on
about
them.
that too. I was like, that's kick ass that these are being used in Myanmar. Like, how
Yeah,
are you
that's-
supposed to stand up to people?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
no,
good that they showed that. I will give them that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the ones in Myanmar, though, I think they're also using, I think they're using Glock barrels. I heard that too. Some of them weren't even ECM'd yet. It's interesting some of the builds they have. I'm glad that people have made some iron, or I guess printed sights for them, because yeah, there was a long time where they just were shooting them kind of blind.
Hey, everyone drink.
Oh, we got it? We got it again?
Back.
God
You're
damn.
gonna get off your live stream and have like 8 strikes on the channel, and they're like, we're coming for you now.
Don't worry, we're safe though. Okay. I believe, all right. Well, let's go.
I didn't think that the drinking game that would get me trashed would be YouTube taking us on and off.
See, again, Ralph, this is how it's done, all right? You can get your policy violations without actually getting policy violations. Wait, people are saying policy violations. Let me go
It's
check
down
now.
again for me.
Well, no, yeah. Well, that's the reason
Oh,
that
okay.
we said the entire
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
a
that's what
different-
it's saying?
That's a different cat PSR. You have 2 cats?
Yeah, we got 2 here. This is Maru. This is my boy
Oh.
Maru.
I like that you have Japanese names for your animals too.
Yes, of course.
I have Navi, Gigi, Boji, and Link.
That's dope. Yeah, Japanese names for cats are the only way to go. I'm sorry.
Although Navi is technically Korean, that's not actually a Japanese word, but
Nice. Does that mean? Oh wow, what a cutie.
She loves playing fetch. Like, loves playing fetch.
That's an assault dog right there.
it means butterfly in Korean.
That's
But-
dope.
All right, let me go see what Odyssey looks like if people moved over. I'll give them the time for it. Looks like we're at 170. Good job, guys, on
Fucking
Odyssey. All right.
based.
Dude, that's actually huge for Odyssey. But
I know. Yeah,
let's-
I'm really impressed with that. That's more than we had on YouTube. So good job, everyone.
I think everyone's just watching on Odyssey. Let's just like keep it
Right,
going.
just as they ban it every time YouTube plays the Vice music. So.
Huh. Interesting, because it's not showing up on that. It's just showing that it keeps saying where it says not a copyright strike, but they're going to get revenue. So, oh well. Don't worry, guys. This will be nice and removed off of YouTube immediately. I'll keep the replay on Odyssey though, because I can imagine the YouTube one will be just nothing but confusing to you guys. So let's keep going.
One more drink. YouTube's back.
Oh, okay.
No.
Jesus.
Suck it, Ralph. Again.
You're going to want to rewind this part. This is the good part for us.
Okay. Let me go back a couple seconds.
Dude, Desert Night is the most based camo.
I fucking love it, dude. It's useless, but I fucking love it.
It is nice. I'll give you that.
In Europe, where gun laws are strict, and in the hands of rebels fighting a military dictatorship in Myanmar.
Let's go.
The mission for Ethan and others is to enable anyone to build a gun. They call
Mm.
sharing the digital gun
Good
files
mission.
the signal.
Information can be dangerous and scary, but any bit of information needs to be out there for everyone. How's the little guy gonna stand up to the big government with their overreaching boot just coming down to squish him?
If the
That
government
was in
decides
regards to
tomorrow
Myanmar.
they want to outlaw 3D
Yeah.
printed gun files, is there any way for them to stop it?
No. Short of trying to ban the literal zeros and ones that make up the file, there's not really a way to stop the signal once it actually hits the waves.
Ghost guns are now available to the masses. For the government and those who want gun control, it's a growing threat. But for anyone
PSR footage again.
who wants an untraceable
Oh yes, Vin's
Wait,
hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vin's
is that
hand.
a little bit of Vin?
Hey, spookware kit.
Let's go.
Wait, go back a sec. I think we got him talking about high rate of fire.
Oh, okay. Wait. Also, by the way, I want to say one thing too, though. If we do get in trouble with DMCA, PSR. You mean, look, you can DMCA them too as well if you wanted to.
Wait, PSR could DMCA it first, and then
Yeah.
the revenue.
You're right.
There you
He
go.
could if he wanted to. But let's keep going.
Once it actually hits the waves.
Ghost guns are now available to the masses. For the government and those who want gun control, it's a growing threat. But for anyone who wants an untraceable firearm, they're now the weapon of choice.
3D printing is always going to be the future.
Oh my! I got bird right after me. That's fire.
Yeah, bird. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Do we? Let's first see what he says. Maybe they might say one. Let's first look at the bingo card right before anything else. We're getting close to the end, guys.
There was no reference there to rate of fire. I mean, I guess they referenced it showing my footage, but
Well,
It's
yeah.
not a real rate of fire reference.
Well, we do have domestic terms is a bit of a hyper.
All right, we're off
hyperbolic
YouTube
way.
again.
We're okay. Well, gosh darn it. Again, just watch on Odyssey. Just watch on Odyssey at this point. Don't worry though. I guess maybe when we're finished with this part, we'll talk a little bit afterwards. Don't
All right,
worry.
listen.
but-
I'm gonna give us officer safety because we started with police officers talking about it being a threat. So I'm gonna give us. I'm
That's
also
true.
gonna give us operator error because Kegels asked Middleton for like how to make the thing work. So if he was like less of a guy who didn't know what he was doing, he wouldn't have made that error. So I'm gonna give us those two.
Well, I mean, don't worry. We probably made bingo on how many times. We've definitely gone over 5 times we've been kicked off of YouTube and brought back. So at least we had something. That's a consolation. But
That should have been a bingo. Getting,
you know,
like I
life is full of surprises. You know, you can never predict everything. So I guess let's continue on. We're almost done. But
Middleton, you're not a veteran, are you?
No, I was actually discharged and expunged from the Air Force at one point.
Wait. But you served in the Air Force. We have a veteran.
Okay.
there it is. Yes, we have the veteran opinion.
reference to rate of fire, though, I mean, they did show. They could have chosen any of the footage, and they did choose the wide open trigger video.
Yeah, and they showed the trigger being put in there, and they put the audio. Okay.
I'm going to give you a counter argument. I will argue against the rate of fire because I had a FRT here and told them what it was, and they were interested, but they didn't actually record it shooting. So I will say that they were less interested in the FRT and the rate of fire than they were the ghost guns.
Thank you for your service. Shut the fuck up.
And by the way, Middleton, thank you for admitting owning a machine gun. Okay, let's continue on.
also, Middleton, what I really want to say is,
Go ahead.
I have no pride at all in the military. I was only in literally for like a month or two, so it's honestly I just have name tapes from.
Really, I just wanted to show you my new shirt.
We're back on YouTube.
We're back on YouTube. Okay, another drink. All right.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, no, I have a friend who's they joined the military. I think they're in the army, and they haven't served or anything. They were in the they were in the Navy, the Naval Academy. They like to always get the veteran discount. I always remind them, you're not a veteran.
Wait. Talk among yourselves for like 15 seconds. I gotta piss like a racehorse. This YouTube thing is killing my carb count.
Don't worry. I mean, think about how it's going for me. Look, we definitely made over a couple hundred so far. So, oh boy, please YouTube, don't take this down. For the love of God, I love you, Susan. Please.
I do want to point out for all the stolen valor peeps, I don't claim to be a veteran, and I wouldn't have any pride in that anyway. So
you can still get that free haircut and the Applebee's discount though.
Well, the Applebee's discount is pretty nice. They have really good wings.
I would use the hell out of that veteran discount though.
How many gun stores
have
have
I
veteran
usually say about like if you really want good wings, just go whatever your local strip club is. They always have the best wings.
Facts. I didn't say that.
Well, we learn everything about it. This is the wonders of these games. Wow, that was a quick one. Holy crap!
That was definitely a racehorse piss.
Yeah, right next to my office, I have the bathroom. So honestly, what took the longest there was getting my wet hands to activate the fingerprint sensor for my office.
Nah,
he's
just
have
the
a trash
sink
can nearby.
pisser.
Yeah, just have a trash can or bucket nearby. I thought you were a gamer. All right, let's keep going.
Good. I don't think there's ever going to be an issue. There's nothing they can do to stop this. Nothing.
Fuck yeah, Bird.
Damn right.
Base.
We should get Bird on.
Damn. Wait, the last shot was the last shot was Keegan looking like, damn, there's no way to stop it.
The look of just lost.
Guys, we didn't get Bingo, but we did get Bird. We should get Bird on somehow.
Yeah, there's just look of just disappointment, like, well, golly gee, I guess you guys got me. All right, you can't ban them. All right, but I'm gonna try.
I will give this guy mad respect for never blinking. I don't think he's blinked in this entire episode,
including firing the Mac 11.
Hey, that's one benefit, I guess. But are we still on YouTube? Oh, go ahead.
I will say, as far as like the operator error and stuff like that goes, he honestly was very knowledgeable on how it works and like the order of operations and how to be safe with it. A lot of like me explaining it was just like the direction in order to get the explanation for how to use it on camera. Because basically, like, let's say you have someone from California, totally like vegan to California.
I honestly can't even imagine us having someone from California.
Nope, YouTube's down.
Well, not us. I'm saying for their doc, they had me explain like, oh, how do you make the weapon ready to fire? And I said, all right, well, insert the mag, slap it on the ass, charge the weapon, you're ready to go.
Zero chance we would have a Californian in this system.
No, not here. No.
Okay, that's sorry. I just wanted to make sure that's not what you were saying.
No, just on the Vice doc itself.
Well, you have to keep in mind too. He's also. How many VMAX or how many Max must have been at the Makers match? I mean, RK, you would know. I feel like that's one of the more common ones. So he probably has learned how to actually use them. So it must not be a complete shock.
Well, there were a couple at the first one.
Not that many for the second one? I feel like that would be used more.
Well, I mean, Keegan wasn't at the second one.
He's also done a couple videos, if you peruse his Twitter, shooting like full auto Glocks and full auto Desert Eagles and stuff
for
like
the
that.
Oh no, yeah, we watched that.
Back on YouTube.
Yeah.
We watched that one. Don't worry. We have that one back in the
Oh,
catalog.
we got
He
back
has a
fast.
bit of history of shooting, so.
For the trace.
Yeah. The sad thing is we didn't. Yeah, no, it was the
it's
trace.
for the
yeah.
trace.
We didn't get to see him actually. We saw that he grabbed the full auto Desert Eagle. We didn't get to see him actually controlling it, and that's what bothers me the most. Is we just.
I wish.
We got to see his face, but we didn't get to see the muzzle control because I can only imagine how that must have gone.
I imagine that being rough for any of us, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I was like, oh, I want to see Keegan do this. This is gonna be great.
I mean, AJ, we shot the Desert Eagle for the first time the other day, right? You were there.
Wait, the full Deagle, the 50 cal?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get to do that one with you.
Ah, shit! I thought you were there. You know, honestly,
No.
it was not as. It was like way easier to shoot than I thought it would be.
Well, because it's semi-automatic. That's a lot of the recoil gets away from you.
The 50 Desert Eagle is way easier than like a
A 500 Smith & Wesson, yeah.
Yeah, I shot the 500 Smith & Wesson with like a 3-inch barrel, and I literally fired one round and was like, cool, but
The
I'm
wrist
done.
breaker?
You can do the rest. Yeah. I was like, it was cool, but I'm not into it.
That dude that was featured with the auto Desert Eagle, Jay the Shooter. He has some pretty sick full auto guns. Like he had a full auto 5.7.
Yeah.
FN 5.7, which is
That's all he does. Is he gets cool shit and makes
That's
it full auto.
rowdy.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen my boy Jay, check out his channel.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like full auto stuff. It's a lot of fun. But all right, what else do we have here? Is this about it, or is this gonna be trailers? Let me just skip ahead so we don't get knocked off of the Vice music. I see Trudeau here. I guess that let's go into a nice little segue, if anything.
Actually, who is on this? I'm interested to see.
Are you in the credits, Middleton?
I don't think I am, but I'm wondering if a couple of the people that I talked to.
Who's the editor? That's the person we should always look at. I mean, no. I'm not directing anyone.
Here.
But let me try my best to show this without playing the music, I guess, because that's apparently what people are assuming is what's doing it. For Vice News. Okay. Well,
That's the other people I know.
and that's Chairman's stuff. So, all right, what do we think? Let's go around. What is everyone's thoughts?
It's just a scaremonger and hit piece.
Okay. Well, Chairman, I guess what do you mean by that? Let's elaborate a bit.
I mean, like, what the fuck did they even like tell? I mean, like, maybe this exposes like some new people to like seeing some shit they hadn't seen before. And honestly, Middleton, I thought you did a pretty good job. Like,
Agreed.
Yeah, no, you did better.
For how tough of a spot you put yourself in, just like agreeing to do it in the first place. I can't think of anything wrong you did besides just like the whole thing in general. Like that's actually very high praise. Like it's like fucking like jumping in a fucking punji pit and like coming out unscathed. Like you're a fucking idiot for jumping in, but like you fucking jived and dodged your way out of like doing anything too stupid or like getting a quote that they just wanted to nail you for. So
Yeah.
Cheers to you, man.
Props to you, Ethan. Yeah, I agree. I think the two things for me that stood out as not being horrible, and that were like I was happy that they put in were the Myanmar thing about rebels using it to fight the military junta and an oppressive government, and just the fact that they could have found some really shitty person to represent us. And I don't think Ethan is at all that, and I think he represented us well. I personally had the opportunity to represent us and didn't, but I think Ethan, like Chairmanwon said, it was a decision I wouldn't have made, but you did it, and I think it turned out not bad. So,
yeah, I think
I can add on to that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, AG.
No, that's perfect because I'm gonna go pee quickly. But please go ahead.
Are you in the bathroom?
I hope he is. I will say we've covered a lot of Vice stocks, and we've covered a lot of new segments and stuff. And before I cough up a lung, sorry, I would say this doc was surprisingly less malicious than any of the other ones that we have covered. Excuse me. Like they covered a lot of like the niche stuff, like Myanmar. They covered a lot of like how futile fighting these designs are. Like they were showing, like, oh yeah, they have to resort to going through Texas abortion laws. Oh, if you put a Sharpie on a piece of metal, they're going to consider it a firearm. So it just kind of shows like, you know, they're kind of fighting a really weird war against a enemy that they don't really understand, and that enemy is just like, hey, we're making this stuff out of parts that you can get at any fucking Home Depot. Really, when is enough going to be enough, and you're just going to call it quits?
Well, I mean, we can look at Canada. If anything, we know where they call quits. It's, like that is a slippery slope. If anything, it is exactly where it was. It just started off with common sense, and then, well, now the common sense is just remove them all. Yeah, that's just where it goes. But you know, we can see I'm glad they did mention Myanmar, if anything, because that really is the main. Or that was. I mean, I'm not sure. Did Jay Stark at least get to see that part of anything? Because that was basically what he.
I don't think he did.
That was basically what he envisioned, of anything, with the FGC.
I don't know. Myanmar goes way back.
It does, but I think the documentation.
Yeah, it didn't happen until after.
But it was like right after, though. It was right after he passed, pretty much.
But like that's one of the main things, if anything, of look, you're not. I don't think you're gonna find the Viceroy basically defending the junta. Like it's the Myanmar or the rebels are definitely in the right in this situation, and it is really amazing to see them actually be able to fight back. I'm not sure if you've seen some of the other images of them. You know, they have the front line where they have FGC-9s, and then you have like the people at the back that have like muzzle loaders and things. Like it's.
Well, I think liberals are kind of just like in a tough spot right now because like. The liberal kind of take on everything is like very like rah. We need to arm people who are up against oppressive governments or, you know, invaders, anything like that. So you can't, you know, you put these people who would be like very domestically pro gun control in a tough spot when you say like, I mean, like I saw like articles gushing about like 3D printed development for drones dropping mortar shells on Russians, and if like if one of us developed like a bomb dropping drone, you know,
Careful,
yeah, no,
Tony's probably listening.
Well, you're not in that beta group.
So
Don't
like,
worry, maybe we can get Dr. Death back on for that one.
It kind of reminds me of like that fantastic tweet where that lady was like, you know, kill all men. And I really mean all men. And like the first reply was like, even George Floyd, you know. Like,
extra spicy.
Oh god.
But like that's the situation that like when you talk about Myanmar or Ukraine, you know, especially when it comes to 3D printed guns, the left really finds itself in, where like domestically they can demonize it, but once you broaden the conversation, they're like, well, of course we should send 3D printed gun files to, you know, people in Ukraine and like Myanmar. Like that's obvious, but who can actually develop those files? Well, people in America.
Well,
Another thing I noticed too.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, AJ. I interrupted you.
Well, I was going to say more or less. I mean, yeah, that's one of the big things too in the U.S. is people like Jay Stark were able to, you know, mess around with the files and CAD stuff, and you know, I feel like having a bunch of Americans to kind of just basically help him out really helps speeds development, because you know it might be a little bit challenging to get gunpowder for people like him, but you know, for us Americans, it's pretty easy just to, you know, go to the gun store, just go pick up a bunch of ammo and just do this without really any consequences. It's kind of what my original thought was when I built my FGC-9 was, more or less. But
yeah,
Spooky, you were going to say something.
Too, with the doc, usually they give the antis, the gun grabbers, a lot more airtime and a lot more less cuts when they're discussing their points. But this time they only really had one. They had that one legislature from California come on to talk about things, and after that it went straight to the gun shop owner in Arizona, and then it went straight to Middleton.
That's true.
So it was surprisingly, I mean, they still cut off Middleton, but it was surprisingly less biased than their usual.
Yeah, you know what?
That might be Keegan catching on.
I don't want to like say that Keegan did fine here, but I mean, besides the obvious like stuff that we knew was going to be in there that we caught on the bingo, like on the whole, honestly, that could have been.
Well, so you have to keep this in mind, because I know me and RK and Spooky, we've seen a lot of these so far. out of all of the ones, out of all the grabbers, I wouldn't really even consider. I feel like Keegan is at least more or less coming it from a more of a left wing perspective. I guess, kind of a liberal perspective. They don't really, depending on, I don't know. I'm not for. I know there's a difference between liberals and communists. I know communists usually like more guns, if anything. I don't know enough of the political.
You're in Maryland right now. You can call all liberals communists.
You're right. I'll do the. That's what I do anyway. So I depending on what level commie you are, he at least seems like he's willing to learn, because we've seen the NBC stuff. In fact, the JSD one's one of the worst examples of it. Basically, they already start asking Congress, like they speak to they do their little hit piece, their little smear job, and then they go ask Congress or they ask YouTube, hey, you know that you're doing this thing? We know it's not breaking any of the rules, but why aren't you removing it still? We don't like it. You should change it. And he didn't.
I mean, the senators list with NBC Ralph.
Yeah, no. So like, when you look at what the worst thing could happen, because actually, we say NBC Ralph is a little bit of a joke. Ralph actually filmed it. I think he posted. It was a StreamYard recording. And he posted it, I think, on Twitter once, and I got to watch it. It was a pretty good interview, if anything. I think Ralph did a good job. The thing was, you didn't get to see any of it, and what was placed was more or less, it was put in between where it made it really, really bad. And sure enough, Ralph's channel is gone. Well, he has his friend has a new one. That's something completely different. I'm not going to go too much into that. No.
Ralph has done pretty good transitioning, though. Like, I think he's done a really solid job moving away from P80 stuff and like being embraced by the 3D community. Because like when I met him, he was really like, he had just printed his first few frames. Like, he was really like a P80 guy. And I mean, I can't even remember like, I mean, he like doesn't do any P80 stuff anymore. It's all 3D printing. Like, I'm proud of my friend.
Well, yeah. But I mean, the main thing of all of this is that people are catching on. If anything, we are noticing. We've noticed it before, the trend where it was mostly the Liberator, the spooky ghosts, or it's untraceable, unnoticeable. You can just sneak them on planes and people won't even notice a thing, let alone bullets or anything. But it's one of the. Now we're at the point of, okay, well now they do work, and now they actually are kind of a threat. But it's you're in a weird position of, well, there's nothing we can really do about it, and everything we're going to basically do isn't going to save anything. It's just going to make it more arbitrary laws, and whether you, depending on what side of like left wing you are, a lot of these people are, well, we don't. The police brutality is a big deal, but we also want the police to be nice and armed and ready to fight back. Being very authoritarian towards people that we don't like, the gun or people that have guns and things like that.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
I accidentally said Ralph transitioned, and now chat is just filled with stunning and brave.
I see some rainbows. NBC Rainbow Ralph.
We're proud of you, Ralph. It is
Ralph. Congratulations. I am.
Change that logo to a rainbow.
Ralph. Good job, Ralph. And it is June too. Happy Pride Month. I thank you, Ralph. Very stunning and brave indeed. But I'm not sure if you saw it too, where you see a little weird crossover with the Uvalde thing too, where police. You have the people that are attacking the police for it, but then also want those are the same police that would be enforcing things too. Those would be the people that are going knocking door to door.
Yes,
it's a very
perfect.
Well, I think this Uvalde thing, it really kind of like goes like my wife, not to like dox her, but her entire family is federal law enforcement, like
Fed.
Yeah, like Fed boys. And so she's been, in our relationship, like, incredibly pro law enforcement. And, like, this Uvalde thing, she's hopping mad, like, very, anti-cop on it, which is, like, a new thing that I've seen from her. So I think this is breaking down some, like, normie shit where people are, like, actually focusing on their police response in a way that, like, they weren't before.
Yeah, if COVID response with all the lockdown enforcement shit didn't get people up in arms, allowing a bunch of kids to get just point blank mutilated, that definitely turned some people away from supporting the police.
I mean, for me, the first thing I did is I just bought a dagger. I'm getting a complete dagger and everything too, because I mean, again, a lot of this thing is arming as many people people, taking self-defense in your own hands type of a thing. That, if anything, is kind of showing people, hey, maybe I shouldn't, or I can't just trust the police type of a thing. And that's a good starting point to at least help people at least understand how actually guns work, and at least what the right to self-defense is, if anything. Because
well, I mean that's what like transitioned me from a DC bred like anti-gun liberal to someone who got into guns. Is like I moved to Baltimore, and like I had to break into my house one night for reasons I won't get into here. Fucking neighbor throws open the door, sticks a fucking Taurus in my face. And and I knew he was a felon. Like, he fucking manslaughtered a dude in the 80s. So it's
because it was a Taurus, it jammed, right? So you were safe.
Oh, well, he did see it was me. Like, white guys aren't the guys, like, usually breaking into houses in that part of Baltimore. So he thought a second.
Easy there. Be nice to Bird.
He's our friend. We want him on. Okay.
But, like, the reason that everyone on my block, like, half of whom were, like, felons, had guns wasn't to, like, go out and do gangbang and shit. It was because they lived in Baltimore and they were normal people and the police weren't going to be there for them. So, like, I grew up, like, being taught that, like, guns were, like, oh, this is, like, a white redneck thing. I moved from D.C. to, like, the black city. All my fucking black neighbors are the guys with the guns, and they have them because they don't trust the fucking police. Like, that's like really what like got my fucking almonds activated about this whole thing, Well,
for me, it was my Brazilian friends. I got to see them basically explain to me what life is like in Brazil. Yeah, I know. Go and visit Brazil. I don't really think I want to, but guns are very much banned in Brazil. They're super banned. However, there's this weird thing where people still. I guess I think they're called criminals or something. They just don't listen to them. I don't know why. It's against the law, but they somehow still do it. And I had a friend of mine over there was like, "Look, I don't care if it's illegal. Like the police aren't even going to respond anyways. I guess it's at that certain point where there's so many restrictions. Gun control is so strong that there basically isn't any gun control at that point, where people just stop caring. And it's a interesting dynamic of the police aren't going to help you. No one's going to help you. Everyone around you, all the criminals have guns. You might as well. You're going to need some way to defend yourself at some point, depending on where you are.
Yeah,
and that kind of
we're in a really weird spot right now, where even in this own documentary, they showed in California a man who didn't commit any crime, had registered his guns legally, so he bought them legally, he registered them, and he had them legally. But because of an accusation, they still put him in handcuffs and they still took his property. Like, maybe to a person that lives in California, that's okay. But it's maybe to a more observant person, like, well, hold on a second, what did he do wrong? So now we've also got the Uvalde shooting where people are like, well, hold on, what the fuck were these cops doing standing outside for an hour? And I think they're getting a lot of really bad rap right now. And they should, to be honest.
And they should. No, they definitely should. There's also another fun thing, too, where he was also caught apparently abusing animals, too, which is the felony in Texas, which then also kind of asked the question of, okay, so if he was basically almost a felon, then how did he? What would, if the universal background checks, he did have to get one.
A lot of questions.
It turns out background checks only work if you prosecute people for the crimes that get caught by the background checks.
Right. So it's like an interesting dynamic of, okay, well, there are no new things that would be put in place that would have really stopped it, if anything. Also, by the way,
if people enforced the laws that were already on the books, this guy would have been a prohibited purchaser. Like, the thing that I always throw out to fucking like anti-gun fucking idiots is like, there's a government accountability report about people doing background checks at fucking gun stores. And, felons, like not people where it's like, oh, like this is, a gray area, but like felons filling out forms to try to buy guns at stores. In 2020, 12,700 people who were felons signed their names to background check forms affirming that they weren't felons. The ATF only pursued prosecution on 12 of those cases. Mm-hmm. So on the laws we already have on the books, we could literally do more than 12,000 times better. So if we enforce every current gun law 100%, I will maybe possibly think about supporting new gun laws. But until every single gun law we already have is enforced as much as we can enforce it, no, like, fuck off. Like, enforce the shit that you already pushed past Congress. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, it's
All
interesting
gun
too.
laws
Because,
are infringement.
well, that too. I'll say that
With
right
Middleton.
now. Yeah, I'm with Middleton too. I just want to mention that too. It's a little thing because in Texas too. I remember in Houston there was a story that every town wanted. They were publishing about specifically. It was a guy who basically robbed someone at gunpoint. They were at an ATM and they robbed them at gunpoint. And then the guy that's getting robbed, the moment the other guy turns around, he pulls out his own gun and starts firing back. Who do you think got prosecuted in the end of that?
Oh, we know.
The murderer.
You're right. The murderer. Apparently he wasn't as good of a shot, which then he accidentally missed and hit a straight area. I think the bullet went into a building or something, and it might have hit someone. I don't know whether they died or not. But the fact of the matter was, they didn't even bother trying to find the guy that, was pointing a gun at him to try to rob him. That was another gun crime. But are some gun crimes more important than other ones, despite gun crime needing to be prosecuted? It's an interesting thing too, of all things. It reminds me of a lot about Uvalde, if anything, at least the Texas cops, of the type of things they like to enforce soft targets, if anything. I've heard that term used a lot more. They will go after, whether, and especially in Texas early on during the pandemic, those cops would be instant response times in Houston, whether or not you were breaking mandates, COVID mandates. The moment there's a shooting or something, give it about an hour. We'll maybe stop by. We might put up some tape or anything. It's a similar thing people noticed with Uvalde. If anything, it was a glaring example of that. Of when you actually needed them, where were they? They ran away. But I at least want to ask. Before this goes on too long, I at least want to ask you and PSR chairman, because you guys did read the Keegan article too, right?
Yeah.
You guys want to give us a quick little brief summary of your thoughts about that, or unless you guys want to add something on to it. PSR, I know you were playing with the pussy over there.
Oh, I'm always playing with one pussy or another.
Yeah.
PSR, you start us off. I'm gonna fucking grab a plastic topo real quick.
Well, I think that it honestly, it wasn't as good as didn't shed us in as good of a light as the video did, the article. It mentioned Uvalde, and for some reason, I don't know why that has anything to do, because it wasn't a ghost gun used in that event. And he also, I think I was just kind of like summarizing what Chairman had put, but he's gonna explain his thoughts on it. But there was, if I remember, there was another mention of how it's illegal, or the law allows for any, what does it say, for anyone to, we could pull it up.
Oh, go ahead. No, yeah, you guys can screen share.
Here,
Absolutely. I only have one monitor, so I'm yeah.
No, hold on. Let me just go to what share. I mean, it's pretty much.
Well, you don't have it hooked up to the hotel TV too.
I can only do it Chromecast, and at that point, I am messing with too many things. Already a shoddy Wi-Fi to begin with.
No, it said. He says, ghost guns remain just one type of firearm. Oh yeah, this is what they said about Uvalde. Ghost guns remain just one type of firearm readily available in the U.S. The gunman who killed 19 children and 2 teachers last week in Uvalde, Texas, was wielding a factory-made AR-15 style rifle he purchased legally in the days after his 18th birthday. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with the article about ghost guns?
It Daniel defense at that. It was an expensive one.
And then, we can get into that. But then the other thing he said was, in the article, federal regulations on ghost guns remain limited. This was someone describing that they got shot at a school, and it was by a P80, I think. And it said the girl learned that in the hospital that the law allows basically anyone to build a homemade gun. And basically anyone is not mentioning that if you are prohibited from buying a gun, you're prohibited from making a gun. It's against the law, just like all of the laws that you want to pass against ghost guns would be. It would be against the law.
Well, I mean, I'll say this too, because I know for a fact, especially for the Biden era, the original, ghost gun P80 ban, that sort of like the virtue signal thing that he did. They always like to do it. They like to bring up victims, and it's again, I always say this too, because it's a very important thing. Is I don't want to attack the victims because again, they did experience, they experienced people dying. It's a very sad thing. But again, I'm not going to give up my rights for that. Again, would I rather choose security or freedom? I would rather choose freedom in the end, because I do not trust the government solely to be the only person that's going to have to protect me. Again, look at Uvalde. Do you only want police to be the one, or do you want the Uvalde police being the only ones that could possibly protect you? Crime's going to still happen.
One thing to notice about the article as well is there's a second editor. And that person, this is their first one. So that might account for a slightly different spin from the doc to this one. Because that was my notice as well, is the article was more heavily, I would say negative in general, but when it came to the parts that showed me, I think those parts were oddly positive, which I appreciate, but the rest of the article was a little negative.
Yeah, and you're the image there.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And then I read it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's me.
I do want to show one thing because it does bother me a lot. It is the Daniel Defense rifle that the shooter used himself. And I think the way it comes in by factory is the foregrip is all the way to the very front. And for the love of God, you can move that thing. You don't have to have it that far up. It is just baffling to me that Daniel Defense even sells it like that. But it's even more sad that people don't change it. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Well, isn't that just like a C-clamp style thing? Like arm out?
No, it doesn't go all the way to the front.
The C-clamp is not supposed to be that far forward.
Yeah, okay. Let me see if I could show it to everyone. Because, yeah, it's an interesting one. Let me open this up and open image in new tab. Here we go.
Maybe Daniel just has really long arms,
I guess maybe we're all just manlets. Maybe that's the case. I guess that has to be it. Let me pull this up real quick.
I feel like Middleton is the tallest person here. He looked pretty big in that video.
This
I thought it was PSR.
6'3"?
I'm 6'1".
Hey! Yeah, Middleton.
Okay.
Spookware. Are any of the spooks any taller? Because I know that beats out.
Oh, Spookware has seen me in person.
So you guys are both shorties as well?
Let me get
I'm not short.
No, RK Spookware is taller than I am for sure.
I'm perfectly average, thank you.
5'9"?
You know it.
I'm concerned
Right
with
now-
the number of manlets in this call.
Don't worry. Same with me too, Spooky. But
Hey,
guys,
hey.
this is the Daniel Defense rifle right here. For the love of God, you can move that foregrip. By the way, just get a nice Allen wrench. All right, it needs to be a little bit longer, but you can move that.
No, you don't need an Allen wrench. Look at the bottom. You unscrew the bottom and then you move it.
Oh wait, really? Okay, someone was telling me I need an Allen wrench to move it. So
I think it's like a knight's grip where you unscrew it and then you can move it.
PG's right, guys. You can move it further forward. Okay, just have like half of it attached.
You're right. No, you want to be gripping actually the tip of the barrel. The muzzle device is usually the safest place.
You guys are doing it the wrong way. You need to do the angle grinder way where you put it on the side.
True.
Oh yeah.
Well, I never thought about I'm not a lead operator, so I don't own a Daniel Defense. I don't know. I'm a poor.
It's actually a hand stop.
AG,
Yeah.
What is the most expensive gun you own?
Huh. Well, when the Kalashnikov AK comes in, that will be that.
You don't own
I
it
guess-
though. That doesn't count.
I don't own it. It is a review gun. Wait, okay, I spoiled that one.
Poor.
Yes. But I would say probably the Jericho. I think it's probably the Jericho, which isn't really the most expensive gun to begin with anyways.
Wait, you have a Jericho?
Yeah, I have a Jericho. I
No,
thought
right-
you shot it before.
No, you didn't have it last time.
Oh, you're right, because I only brought the printed guns that last time you went with me. Yeah.
Do you mind bringing the Jericho last time?
Oh, the Jericho is so great. It's so nice. I love it. It is
My wife really wants one because of Cowboy Bebop. So.
Oh, and she has great taste. Oh yeah, it's a fantastic gun. Great trigger pull, really good accuracy. The weight's nice. I got to shoot one of the polymer ones. Not that bad though. It's gross because it's polymer and it should be metal. But hey, imagine using a honky tonky piece of plastic garbage right now.
PSR, most expensive gun you own.
Oh man. Well, the most expensive gun I own is actually pretty funny. It's it's that F1 Firearms UDR 15.
Yeah,
that
for
they
sure.
sent me the one that everyone was like cringing because it's skeletonized. It's like $2,500 or like something like that, $2,200. But I got it for free, so I don't know if that fully counts. The most expensive one I bought, it's not even that crazy. It's just the ZPAP M70 was like 1,100 or something.
All right. Does it count if it's in the mail and it's on the way, but
Nope.
I don't have it yet?
No.
That doesn't count.
But can I tell you about it anyway?
Yeah.
No, poor.
Yo, I managed to drunkenly talk myself into getting an FK Bruno at NRA.
Oh, God.
Yes. Wow.
Would you like to share to everyone in class what that is? Please,
No,
please show
the metal
show-
one, not the polymer one.
No, you got the field pistol?
Yeah,
Stop
the field
it.
Pistol. Yep.
Okay, can you please screen share for the kids in class?
I had their US rep drunk as shit in my hotel room, finger fucking my frames, and he fucking put one in the mail for me.
No.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. For free?
Yeah. Well, no, I'll actually have to pay taxes on it because it's over the gift limit.
Bro, that's incredible. That's a $600. Basically, you're gonna pay. But you're gonna pay $600 basically
for
in tax.
a $7,500 pistol. Yeah,
bruh.
That's one. Got me beat.
It's a crazy Glock, dude.
Okay, well, RK, what do you got then?
How much of a gun can I show on stream?
Are you gonna touch it?
I cannot touch it.
Yeah, don't.
You can describe it. If anything, just show a picture. You guys can screen share. Everyone has the ability to screen share. But if you want to just, what is it?
I have it's a Sig 320 Legion X5.
Nice.
But what makes it expensive is, well, it's $1,000 handgun plus I have an SRO on top of it.
Nice.
And a Surefire X300. So that's like approaching like a $1,700 handgun.
Jeez.
No, that's more than, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Middleton, is it the Mac upper? Oh.
No,
Yeah.
so the Mac upper, I mean, that's really nice.
Is it a calico?
Yeah.
Wait, that's a goddamn calico. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
That's a
strictly
16-inch
long
calico.
though. Yeah, that's the full rifle. You can't collapse the stock. You can't. I mean, it's a beast. It jams a lot. It's not a good gun, but it's good walking.
I want one.
Yeah, they're great for the history and like how funny it is that they're like, we're gonna be the Navy SEAL gun, and then they're like, oh, we can't get it not to jam, but Navy SEALs use their stuff. But the Late Jumper is expensive as hell, but luckily I didn't have to purchase that. This guy right here, the AR, that's a billet lower with a Geisley STE trigger. I don't even remember the brand of the upper and barrel, but the upper and the handguard, but the handguard matches the upper, and it's all perfectly whatever. Deadfoot Arms makes the recoil system though, the shortened carrier, so it has a 2.5-inch buffer, so I can literally put it in my armpit and I can hide it under a jacket, so I can have that standard blackout rifle caliber totally ready to go. But I think that whole thing put together is like 22, I think.
Nice.
So what's your favorite gun though? What's your favorite gun you have? And no sneaky like my favorite gun is the mac and cheese because I designed it. Like what's your actual like favorite, desert island, one gun, infinite ammo, like what do you take?
I really do like a suppressed 22, and that would be like the practical thing, but I would probably do that still, the AR, just because you put a can on it, suppressed 300 blackout, and a super short compact. I don't know, it's just fun. Plus that with the FRT
Good stuff.
is dirty.
I think your tier list is actually 100% accurate.
Yeah, no, I wanted to show this too because now that we're talking about ARs, I might as well do this one because someone asked, "Hey, can we get a good old AR tier list for the stream, if anything?" So I guess we might as well go here. This is my
Bear
AR
Creek
tier
below
list.
AliExpress.
Yeah, no. So this is my tier list. Maybe you guys can add on to this. My bad. PSR. Maybe I should say the PSR 15 is the number.
No. It's that's very kind of you. But before you get into it, I'm so sorry, guys, but I gotta run. I gotta feed the cats and do a couple other things.
Well,
I would
thank
love
you so
to
much,
hang
though.
on. It's been
PSR,
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Cheers to you guys. I will be still
Before
listening.
you go, what is your favorite gun?
My favorite gun that I own?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so hard.
Not favorite. Desert Island Infinite Ammo.
Oh man. Oh, Desert Island Infinite Ammo. I'm probably gonna choose the. Probably the ZPAP M70. I love that thing so much. It's my favorite gun. I love the fucking chunkiness of it. It's so solid and well made. The Serbian AKs. I really love the Yugo pattern. So that's right now. That's the one I own. That's my favorite. But I am getting a MP5 clone POF one, Pakistani joint. So that's on the way. So who knows? But I second would be, if we're going printed, I'll definitely say the KF5.
Nice.
Well, you didn't try the Amigo Grande, my friend. Yeah, that's
very true.
Oh.
I need that.
Well, either way, it was a pleasure having you on. Absolutely. I'm glad. Thank you for showing up. If you always can come whenever you want, PSR. Don't worry. I like to think almost to the 200 viewers were definitely all me. Okay. But thank you for showing.
My pleasure. And everyone in the chat, everyone on the show, thanks for being with me. RK Spookware, Spooky, Chairmanwon, Middleton Made, AG Cast. You guys are awesome. Keep up doing you. Love your content, everyone here. And yeah, Chairman, you better do a video on that fucking field pistol. God damn it.
Yeah, no, we'll bully him into it. Don't worry. I'll be sure to go to his house and make sure he does it.
AG, you do the video. I'll provide the pistol.
Hey, that's all right. Perfect deal.
Let's fucking go. I'll come out to San. I'll come out to San
Oh,
Antonio.
so that's what'll get you out here.
Okay, that's what'll do it.
That's what'll happen.
I just needed some goddamn technology. Jesus
Yes, that's all you needed. That's all you needed.
Well, then, guys, come back next month. We'll have a fun collaboration video. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
But
all
it
right,
was a
guys.
pleasure speaking to you, PSR. Thank you, and hopefully everything gets worked out with all your problems with YouTube.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, guys. All right, take care. Peace.
Later.
Bye. All right,
Well,
I have
that
the
was
Legion in a non-hand holding configuration.
Perfect. Let's go see. We're 2 hours in, so you're good. And also,
One thing to mention with your list is you got to add on like custom work.
Oh, no, that's the everything else. But so let me go through this a bit. So I'll explain it too, because, some people like to think I was being ironic. And, that was anything but the truth. As RK will tell you, I am just a poor through and through. So number one, Palmetto State Armory. Absolutely best, best bang for your buck. Geisley, overpriced, but, better than most. BCM, great barrels from what I've heard. Daniel Defense, literally just overpriced Andersons.
I mean, combat proven.
Okay, sure. Arrow Precision, those are just literally rebranded Andersons.
All right,
Bushmaster,
that's blasphemy, and I don't like that.
it's the truth, and you hate it because it's the truth.
That is not
Bushmaster,
the truth.
Bushmaster, I do like the XM15 because it looks like a more expensive rifle, but it's not really, and it's actually pretty bad. But hey, for pictures, really nice gun. Colt, yeah, this isn't the 60s anymore. AliExpress. Yeah, you can get make it look really nice. It's like, those car kits where you can make like a Honda Civic look like a Camaro. You can do that. Everything else, and then Bear Shit Arsenal. At least, PSA doesn't break after 300 shots.
My Bear Creek hasn't failed me yet.
I will say that the Colt guns should be probably bottom of the list, at least now in these days. They are.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah, they're. I would take a full fucking Delton gun before I took a Colt gun right now. And the Bear Creek. So that AR, one of the things that made that expensive was I bought a Bear Creek barrel and sent it off to a machinist. Got it dimpled with my profile that I made. So I have like a CAC PDW profile for dimpling, and it looks freaking sweet. And I was like, whatever, if it's not that accurate, it's not that accurate. that thing drives fucking tax. Like, that's accurate as shit, especially for what is that? It's 9-inch barrel. I think it's a 9-inch barrel. I usually shoot like 70 right at that farm that Vice is at, and I'm always hitting. So
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to now. I guess the money we got, I'm going to be having to do the AliExpress build now. that is going to have to happen. But I mean, I can't believe that. So what does Bear Creek use for their barrels then? Is it FN?
They make them in house.
Don't
I'm not gonna show the whole
that.
thing. I'm just showing this.
Oh, you gotta. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
What is that on the top?
So that was a big chunk. That was a big
Middleton,
chunk of it.
I know you're holding that with your cock, so it's fine. But like,
we're taking this off of YouTube. It's gonna go down. Don't worry. Like, it's Odyssey. It's gonna stay on Odyssey. It's been decided at this point. Yeah. I'll say this because a little bit of it may have been bait. Who knows? But I know RK. You probably have some interesting ones. Maybe or Spooky. Must have gone through several different ARs. I'm actually curious to know what the most expensive AR Spooky owns. If he's still even here, or is the baby yelling?
Stay in here.
It's the baby.
Like he's gone.
But RK, what about you? What would you? How would you critique this? Let's go through here. How would you guys? What would you do to fix this?
I would add LaRue close to the top because I am a LaRue owner and it is a really sweet AR. It's heavy as shit, but
I know LaRue's
really
in Texas, so I kind of want to get one solely for that. Except that I look at the cost and I'm like, yeah.
The ultimate upper kit's like 8 something. So that's a full rifle kit minus lower.
Wait, really? 800?
Yeah.
1,000?
No.
Or just 100? Wait, that's actually
100.
doable. I can afford that. Oh, well, maybe I actually could get a LaRue. All right.
Then
well,
you buy
guys.
their matching billet lower receiver to put, or you can put it on an Anderson if you really wanted to.
I'll just use a PSA for that regard. Oh, to Chairman. Oh, Chairman had to go pop out for a second. Don't worry, he'll probably be back in a second. But what about you? I guess what about you, Middleton? How would you change this a bit?
I mean, other than lowering Colt down to the bottom, I'd put Bear Creek above Alley, but I think that they have their own place. I don't think that they're complete garbage. I think that they're definitely budget, but there's a place for budget. But like Palmetto, is Palmetto's quality better than Bear Creek as far as barrels?
I mean, Palmetto, I know uses FN steel and chrome line, so those are buzzwords to me. But from what I've heard, it's good enough to be decent.
So then, what's wrong
decent.
with the Bear Creek ones? Like, what's the community genuinely asking? What's wrong with the Bear Creek ones?
From what I also heard, quality control, and I think too they like thread lock their muzzle devices. So even if you wanted to take them out, they're like basically near impossible without really heating them up a type of thing. But
gotcha.
Also,
I mean, that would be annoying, but
BCA is fine. Rifle is fine. Freeman says. Well, okay. After 300 rounds of steel case primers, the firing pin will chip. They have an enhanced firing pin, in which you might ask, why not? Is that just the standard one? Well, that's a good question. Who knows? I don't work at Bear Creek. Also, Chairman said it's stereotype.
Come on.
Oh, okay. But Spooky, now I need to ask you, what's the most expensive AR you own?
AR?
Or at least gun.
I suppose expensive guns, probably my Scorpion Evo 3.
Okay, so you're poor too.
Hey, I was a college student when I bought that.
Must have been a rich
Extra
college student
poor.
then.
No,
But all right.
I traded in one of my pistols for it, so I can get a little bit of a discount.
But yeah, no. At least for me, what I've gathered is at least PSA is fine. Someone was showing me an arrow lower, comparing it to a PSA one, in which, if I remember this correctly, didn't arrow lowers have an issue where they couldn't even feed PMags? Or they couldn't fit PMags?
Some lowers are tied up PMags.
Yeah, so they were trying to show me, oh well, if you look at my PSA or versus the arrow lower, the sides aren't even. Well, okay, mil-spec is mil-spec, by the way, but if I remember correctly, arrows have trouble with PMags. And in that case, I don't care if my Palmetto or my PSA one doesn't have even cuts for, I guess, it's not a complete uniform magwell. It's at least, I think it was the top was a little bit thicker, the walls were a little bit thinner, and the bottom part was thinner than the top part. Well, guess what? At least I can feed PMags, all right? I don't have any issues with it. Mags fall free. PMags always work. Everything works with it. You know, it's such a AR, from what I've gathered, AR owners are almost some of the biggest drama queens, if anything. It makes me want to own an AK quicker than that. But, you know, that's just me saying things, of course. I don't know. RK, I know you own, or you're much more of an AR snob. So how would you critique this?
I'm not a snob.
Critique the list for me, please.
Let's see. Arrow precision is not Anderson, so we're gonna fix that right now. We're gonna put Anderson.
There's only 5 fletches.
Above Colt, but below Bushmaster. And in the spirit of things, I'll leave Palmetto at the top because Palmetto, they do a lot for, I don't know, bringing new people into it. So as far as quality, I wouldn't put them at the top. But for the spirit of gun building, I'll leave them at the top.
You know, I like Palmetto because they're affordable, but I'm also going to be trying out their dagger. Have you seen the dagger? Like they're selling selling ARs with daggers now too, which is incredible. If you've never owned a gun, then like you can get a good pistol or a decent pistol and a very decent rifle, if anything. I haven't shot a dagger yet.
The like $800 combo that they have, that's an AR plus a dagger that are that's optics ready. Like that, that's ridiculous.
Like those daggers from Middleton. How are you with pistols? It seems like you have a lot. Oh, I guess you do have pistols. Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But like handguns.
I mean, I used to be really good with them. How many viewers do we have on?
We have 500. We have 50 on. Yeah, we have 50 on YouTube. Let me go check on Odyssey. Let me
107. All right, I'm okay. I'm cool with talking. So after the Air Force, I actually got into private contracting, and I was a private contractor until about 2 years ago. So I used to do a lot of handgun shooting, like every weekend, burn through 500 rounds just to keep up on the skills. So I was very good with a Glock 19, and then I decided not to use a Glock 19. And that's been a journey. I've never been quite as fast or not quite as good with anything else, but I would say my favorite handgun probably is still the Walther P99. I have the AS version that I use for my EDC, but the Walther P99 is like, I swear, the trigger on it's better than like a 1911, and it's a striker fired gun. So it's like, it's such a crisp, just click every time it goes off. And that reset is like, it's so small. You can shoot so fast and so flat with it.
So I would be remiss to not mention this. You know about Matt from Fudbusters or Walther P99 printed frame, right?
No, I do not.
Well, now you do. You should definitely look into that because so I had a Walther P99 airsoft gun that I loved growing up, one of my favorite ones of all time. But now I can't speak to whether or not I would say that it's 1911 triggers. I would say that's a bit.
Well, did you have? Is the airsoft one legit to like the real firearm?
So I did actually get to shoot a Walther P99 at Primary Arms Range Day. I'll say it did have I got to shoot that compared to the HK booth, and I'll say this: I had the competition VP9 jam on me several times. I did not have the Walther jam on me once.
Yeah. So I will also say competition guns typically are tuned with like weird springs and shit. So when someone hands you like a competition anything, take it with a grain of salt because it's probably garbage unless you're shooting the very specific load that they tuned.
Oh yeah, no, it was really funny. I had the HK rep deleted the video. Like, we probably should have shown. Luckily, Apple has recently deleted one, so I can post that again later.
My
very funny.
My competition VP9 hasn't failed me yet, so
yeah. And
is it competition from factory, or is it like a competition gun that's been tuned
from factory? It's the VP9 match model.
Yeah, so a lot of those ones, I mean, they'll put competition in the title because it has a lot of the things that make it more ready for that,
like gamer
tuning
ready
it,
stuff.
Yeah, but like slimming the slides down, getting like ultralight springs for the strikers or all that kind of stuff, like, and like all that stuff is like People are like, oh, this is super reliable, it shoots super fast, there's almost no recoil, but you have to use my load. I'm like, oh no, I just have some like MagTech 115. They're like, no, that'll make it explode. Like, don't shoot that.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I definitely will say the Walther grip. If only we had Chairman here too. I think the P99 or the P99 has probably one of my compared to the Jericho is probably one of my favorite ergonomics, but the Walther P99 is a very close second. It has, I think, it's the one that has finger cuts too, right? Like finger grooves as well in that.
So the one that I have, the P99 or the Jericho?
The P99, the Jericho doesn't.
I don't have it up here. The P99, yeah,
did, I wouldn't let you
it's
pull it up.
scalloped. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's scalloped in a lot of different places, but it's not as scalloped as like a VP9.
I will say, I remember every time I've held a P99, it feels very good in my hand, at least.
And they have dimples for the texturing, and it's not like a traditional texturing, or at least on mine. And it feels really good.
So yeah, no, I'll definitely say that's not a bad gun, and by any stretch of the means, I do like it a lot. And I guess RK, what's your favorite handgun then so far?
Well, I carry my VP9, the standard model, so that's gonna be my favorite because it's the one I carry every day.
Yeah, and I'll be.
I want it to be my Legion, so I'm gonna shoot it this weekend.
Is it the 80% one that you made too?
Yeah. I mean, that's the part of the Legion that really makes no difference whatsoever is the fact that it's built on a JSD 80.
I got a dagger that'll basically be my carry one. From what I've heard, even from P80 Ralph, because he was always saying, if you don't do OEM stuff, it doesn't really work. For the for the dagger in particular, the dagger spec in of itself is its own thing, and if you use dagger parts with dagger slides and everything, it just works well.
The dagger is surprisingly comfortable and easy to shoot. I got to shoot a bunch at the Palmetto media day that we went to, that PSR also went to. And,
that was right before the Makers match. We did an extreme that one too.
Yeah, I was really impressed with how well the dagger handled.
Middleton, actually, no, I think I know a good way before how we can end the stream. Oh my God, how could we forgot this, RK? What do you think the real #1 AR is? An Aviator Arms AR upper.
Oh damn! I forgot about the Aviator.
I don't know what that is. You have to bring
it.
No. Before we do end it, though, I want to say one more thing about the dock, since we're moved from that one.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I do think that they could have made that a hit piece. So I think that was a good opportunity for them to make our community look bad if they wanted to. The way that I kind of see it after having some time to reflect on it is I think they broke it down into segments, and they just didn't make it clear segments. I think the first one is, here's the problem that law enforcement has, which is like guns in the streets and stuff like that. Here's the dude putting them in the streets. And then after that, they showed me in our community, the people who are going to continue doing what we're doing regardless because it's our right. Doesn't matter if the other people have an issue with it. Come fucking take it kind of a thing. So I think if you look at it like that, and if you rewatch it and you kind of think of it as chapters and like, here's the problem, here's proof of the problem, here's the people that are going to continue doing it because they want to and they can. It looks a little less negative as far as like the rest of it goes. But I think it's really your perspective that you take on it.
So, yeah, I'll say it too. I think or at least from what you did compared to like, I'll just say, I think, you did. It could have been worse. I think from what we gathered, the written article was significantly worse. In fact, it was that's what most people expected.
Yeah.
I guess if there's any, we've got to at least we're able to compare Keegan to a bunch of other journalists, journos. I don't even want to. I don't like even completing the word for that.
Sure.
But he at least was willing to let you speak enough, and you were at least able to get some of the points, the important points you wanted to get across. Across. We've seen JSD getting completely just manipulated, except even among the JSDs just kind of said the parts that they wanted to say, and they really just didn't say passes. They couldn't really everything. They had to put more words in their mouth than actually JSD could say. You at least were able to say your own things, and if people heard that and they didn't like it, well, that's for them to decide. But if anything, at least you were able. It could have been much worse, and you can kind of tell, if anything, what the purpose of a lot of these articles are more, to get people at least informed about it. I guess I'll give that to Keegan. If it looks like he wants to at least show people what this is, if anything, you're mentioning you're running a little defense for Keegan, but you're basically saying he's not the main editor in that one. And to some extent, I wouldn't be surprised if Vice is kind of they know Vice knows what they want to put, what story they want to push, and if anything, that's kind of at least what I gathered from it. I mean, I wish we saw Chairman a little bit, because I saw him getting in a little bit of a tussle with with someone about specifically, well, if we don't speak to anyone if we don't speak to anyone, then we're basically we're just going to let them make their own narrative. Truth be told, you don't need to speak just to Vice. In fact, PSR has more reach than that documentary, in all honesty. When PSR uploads a video, you will go beyond people that just like gun stuff. I know people that don't even own 3D printers, that don't even own guns, and they watch PSR videos.
I've had people reach out to me from frickin' high school. Hey, I saw you on Vice. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think you weren't painted in the crazy, there's a lot of people they could have chosen, and you are probably one of the better ones, in all honesty.
Thank you.
Yes.
I do want to point out that through all this, as much hate as we have for journalists in general, I'm with you. I will say that Keegan has been very transparent through the whole thing about the whole process, and that he was talking to other people, like PSR. I know that there's a couple other people that I've also spoke with that were candidates for this, and I mean, from even being upfront about that kind of stuff to being like, hey, just want to let you know we took this down and this is the issue and blah blah blah. Like, he's been very upfront. So the fact that he's more unbiased than the other journalists, I think, gets him a plus.
I mean, it's a low bar to pass, but yeah, I see what you mean.
I think for our community, there's not many other journalists that I would trust in order to actually excuse me, get an unbiased piece out. Like, if anyone else would have approached me, I probably wouldn't have done it. I probably would have been like PSR and be like, no. And the only reason I said yes was because of the piece that happened last year at Maker's Match. And I watched that and I was like, all right, everyone that was in that they weren't like, these fucking terrorists are creating guns and they're gonna get us all. Like, so I was like, okay, like maybe it won't be so bad. And I mean, it was a humbling experience, to be sure, but I mean, I do video production for my 9 to 5 now, so like doing multiple audio tracks and stuff like that, and actually like diagnosing what happened. I mean, Keegan's not in the editing room; he has nothing to do with it. He basically is on screen. He writes stuff, and then afterwards, he gives his thumbs up or thumbs down or what needs to be changed. So,
again, when it comes to the again, we've seen when you see the NBC journalists, go to like speak to our JSD and then go immediately with pride and a big smile on their face saying, and we tried speaking to YouTube to try to remove all of these videos, because it's the life ruination part of it that usually comes afterwards with journalists of, well, they had your nice little piece, but now they're going to go take this to someone that is, they might not have the power to do anything, or maybe people might not immediately see what you're doing and think, oh, that's evil. But they'll try to find the people that will do that. They'll try to find the activists in the organizations that you're a part of. Like, oh, well, you have a YouTube channel and or I think you have your own crowdfunding thing. If you want to go plug yourself, go ahead.
Buymeacoffee.com.
Right. Yeah. What if you get a nice couple of letters saying, hey, do you know that you're funding a terrorist? Like, that's the type of thing that usually comes along with it. That's what NBC loves to do. They try doing the JSD. But one of the things at least I try to do, if anything, here is because I intentionally try to the reason why the stream is able to come back after everything, and it's not just immediately shut down like a lot of stuff happens with Ralph, is because a lot of the times I keep this channel very vague enough to the point where I could still. I'm not necessarily a gun guy. In fact, I think RK can speak for that very easily from our normal conversations. But if anything, I want to learn more, and it's very fun, at least speaking to developers. I like building things more than anything else.
Sure.
So it's one of those things where I can show people all the things I built, if anything, and at least get people that, kind of are like me, that weren't necessarily gun guys, but at least always kind of interested, wanted to get in, but never really knew how.
So on that note, I see a guy saying like F Vice, F anti-gunners, F the Democrats. I just want to point out, and Chairman kind of touched on this earlier, it's not Democrats that are the issues for gun control. It's primarily the white left that wants to protect the black left from
the BISO is, I think, the term.
Yeah.
We'll use that because we're a
So-
China-friendly stream here.
So a lot of the people since like the whole Trump era, I know a lot of people on the left from high school, and me being in the middle, I still have people from both sides. So I have had a lot of them come to me looking for firearms, for information, all that kind of stuff, looking at the laws, LGBTQ, and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, the left in general is a lot more open to firearms, especially after someone like Trump was in office, whether you like him or not. The left was afraid of him, so they are more open to it. And our community is a lot more diverse than a lot of people lead on to be. We're a lot better than the actual gun community, who's very fuddy and very closed off. And our community is a lot better and a lot more accepting for those people. So people telling other like Democrats to F off and stuff, I mean, you're telling people that are literally the ones that are going to get Nancy Pelosi and Feinstein and stuff like that to not be able to pass those things because they'll vote against it. One of my buds that I actually play games with all the time now, 5 years ago, was straight up like a commie, like straight up like communism rules. And then Trump started happening. Now he owns body armor, he owns AR-15s, he owns handguns and all kind of stuff, and he's center. So,
well, for
putting
me,
that
it's a big thing too. Is that the right to self-defense is not just a left or right issue. Everyone has.
Bingo.
It's a common thing. I mean, there is an argument to. I mean, people. I mean, I think we don't need to mention Reagan being the one that passed these or banned machine guns and all the other things too. I mean, there's
gun control is a Republican creation.
let's keep in mind also as well, I'm right now in Maryland, D.C. area, and their mayor or the governor here is a Republican, Mayor Governor Hogan, and he's basically does 10 or it is one of the most restrictive states of all could be. But also, I see someone mentioning other things too. Yeah, someone saying, "Oh, yeah," I'm actually glad to hear it. Someone said, "Yeah, they didn't know anything about guns, and then even owned a 3D printer. They started watching PSR, and then they decided they wanted to make an AR and started a gun as a hobby." See, that's what I mean, if anything, because there's this idea, at least, we can try to appeal to the other side, but I think people are forgetting about there's a much larger majority. I think the term maybe some people might hear is a silent majority, the people that just don't care. But some people are able to notice, hey, things are getting scarier outside. People feel the need to defend themselves, and they might have no real political persuasion. They might just be moderates or anything. But now they're just willing to listen to it. They don't need. You don't need to be. Or the people that are usually right now in the gun control debate. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's just look. You're basically talking to a brick wall half the time now if you're arguing against an anti-gun person. But the thing is, you're not really arguing. Well, that too. But you aren't really arguing against. You're not trying to convince them. You're trying to convince the audience of all people, the people that don't know any better. And I say those are the people that are worth more. The people that you should be focusing on more. Yeah. There is a large untapped market that most people just do not understand. But I'll let being on the East Coast myself too. I do at least want to mention. I do want to show you at least this wonderful, beautiful thing of the nice Aviator Arms AR, because that's just.
Yes, we have to share the Aviator Arms.
We have to show you the Aviator Arms thing. It is the
My
greatest.
last remark on that is it's not left versus right. It's status versus freedom people. So show me this monstrosity.
AG, I'm about to pass out, and I'm also about to cough up my last lung, so I'm gonna peace out.
Don't worry, everyone.
Bye, Spooky.
Goodbye, Spooky. Hopefully the monkeypox or go through quickly. I mean, remember, you got to keep.
Dude, I don't know what it is.
Keep that booty hole tight, my friend. Okay. So let's.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out, Spooky. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, he was telling me about it. Everyone, be sure to thank Spooky. I have no idea how he was able to keep up with it. He's been very.
Can I share a piece of news before we watch the Aviator thing? Polymaker said that they would be interested in producing a AK plum color for us.
Oh.
And this is why we support great companies, my friend.
When did you get this?
We were bullying them earlier about making a plum color, and they said they would add that to the next year lineup.
Oh
Trying
yeah.
to find the tweet.
For Polymax or Poly? What one?
Not sure. Probably
Fuck.
either the Pro or the Polymax. I'm sure because
cool.
they know what we want.
Yeah.
But let me just show you this thing because this is. Let me just explain this to you. Basically, someone showed us this, or they did a force reset trigger on this, and it was the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And we looked at Aviator Arms social media and anything, and we saw that they're like at 400 maybe on like Instagram, and then like 20 on Twitter and stuff like that.
It was like 12.
Yeah, it was like 12. And in fact, it went up to 30 because everyone watching the stream.
They don't even have
followed
friends
them.
and family then. It's just
Well, yeah, then they privated because they got scared. But so that was the thing is, we wanted to help them. We want to promote them. We see good things and we want to encourage good things. And they, again, if Aviator Arms is listening to this, we want to work with you, not hurt you. But let me show you this beautiful thing, and you can be the judge yourself.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, let me get the video right. Okay, here it is. Okay.
Wow. With music.
Patent pending.
Oh. Okay.
I don't think
In a world where you want to shoot your gun and get punched in the face at the same time.
Boy, what do you mean? This is a completely reasonable design.
I want this football club.
It's a perfect backpack gun, concealable carry. Just
You're gonna have to find a waiver kind of thing.
What do you mean? This is how does this look? Does this look unsafe to you somehow?
Comes with free mouth guard.
See, this is the thing that we were saying. This would have been the video idea. So we have a birdhouse in front of us. We have some watermelons. Okay, we put a bunch of blanks. All right, we have a hammer next to it. We throw the hammer aside. We load up the blanks and we just turn the gun around, and then we just start smashing shit with the buffer. Great. I want to build a birdhouse with this thing in blanks.
30 mounds of mashed potatoes.
See, that is another great idea.
You
There's
also-
the mud. Go
There was
ahead.
the tiny boxing glove.
Yeah, the tiny boxing glove. You're right. I like Middleton's idea too. Maybe we can make some wine, crush some grapes with it. Make some mashed potatoes, cooking with Aviator Arms. See, there are so many great opportunities with this thing.
That would be good. It's like the whole oh, hello. I didn't see you there.
Another beautiful thing are the comment sections.
Black eyes all over.
In the comment section says someone figured out to incorporate all the shortcomings of a Draco style AK into an AR and then somehow make it even worse. Kind of impressive.
Oh my god.
I disagree with it. I think it's incredible. But again,
Who makes this? Aviator Arms?
Aviator Arms, they have an Instagram and they have a Twitter. I believe
Aviator Arms. If you are listening, send me this weapon and I will make it bullpup and 3D printable.
Hey, we have tried our best. If you can get them, then please. No, I will gladly use this platform as a, dare I even say this disgusting word, influence.
Yeah, their Twitter account's still locked.
Yeah, I think someone added them saying, "Hey, you guys are doing some cool things," and they blocked them. But again, Aviator Arms is a great company, and we don't want to hurt you. We want to help you guys. I think we have great ideas, and please, just let's work together. But it is getting late. I feel Spooky's. I feel RK's paid now. Us keeping him up to 2. So
no, it's only 11:54.
Yeah, but for me, now it's 11:50. Now I'm on the East Coast right now. So.
Oh yeah.
Middleton, it was an absolute pleasure having you on. If anything,
thank you.
I should definitely have you on. We've been trying to do daytime streams where we talk more to developers, and if anything, I've been meaning to at least reach out to you because I do find the mac and cheese really interesting. But
Cool.
maybe we can work something like that too at some point.
Yeah.
I think I follow you on Instagram. My name on Instagram is not AG at all. It's like
Yeah, you mentioned that you're talking to me, and I'm like, there's a couple people who've been talking to me about the mac and cheese recently, but I have no fucking
I'll send you
idea.
a DM. I'll send you a DM of my I'll send you a DM of my Jericho. How about that? And that will
There
be
you
my
go.
proof. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for showing up. I mean, you spoke to a journalist.
I survived.
I'll tell you. Okay, you survived. Look, I would have still said don't do it, but hey,
I'll do it again.
You know what?
No, don't do it again.
Look, I think PSR will gladly work with you, and that will help you way more than that. But again, you could have been worse, but you still spoke to a journalist. So I still think highly of you, just a little bit less. But
That's
either
fair,
way, thank you so much, and thank you to everyone that stayed. By the way, all of you that super chatted. I cannot believe we got taken down like how many times at this point?
It was like 8 or 10.
8 or 10 times. Yeah.
It was this many times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, RK, for keeping track. But it was thank you to everyone who showed up. Spooky for being sick. Chairman internet gave out, so he couldn't rejoin. That sorry guys. He sent me a text message right now. RK, thank you for staying again. And drinking with me as well. I finished the nice tall boy, and now I have another tall boy of course I'll just finish for the after party if anything. And again, I gotta say, if you want to plug anything, both of you, since you guys are the last ones here, RK, any kits that are in.
I gotta come out with a Biden's Bane kit. I've had a couple people message me, and I got caught lacking on that one. So I also need to do kits for the mac and cheese. I've been slacking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you need to do something with the velocity pins too. That would be because the pins that come with the velocity ones are not long enough for the mac and cheese. So you're gonna have to use like a screw or something.
I will. Mac and cheese has been requested a bunch, and now that the step files for that are available, it's a little easier to go in Fusion and measure that stuff.
Yeah. Well, also you have to print the front of it and check it with the velocity one installed to like the whole system, just because it is different. You can just put the front of it in and it'll fit, but with everything perfectly straight, and then you try putting that up around there, the pin doesn't go through sometimes. So
I just mean for like the screw lengths to assemble a kit.
Understood.
We will talk about this we'll have to talk about this in a daytime stream.
Yeah.
But what about you? The Biden's Bane, by the way, if everyone didn't know, that finally got released. It is a fully 3D printed AR upper. I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably build the AliExpress one, and then I'll also probably turn into a Biden's Bane. But what about you? I guess a little bit of a teaser is I think you used Blender for your files originally, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell no, I use SolidWorks.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you just didn't release STLs. Okay, I thought you used Blender. I heard someone say Blender. Thank God. Okay, well then we don't have to. All right, then we won't mock you then. That's a good save.
No, I learned on SolidWorks, but I only release the step files when the file or the project is like done, and I'm not going to do any more mods to it. So that way, if let's say I do something and RK is like, "Hey, can you just change one little thing so it makes it a lot easier to produce this kit for you?" Sure, no problem. But then anyone else who already has the step files made a remix of it. Now RK's files and the other guys' files aren't going to be compatible. So, like now, I'm done with the mac and cheese 1.5, so I'm not going to do anymore. So the step files are out there.
Cool.
But yeah, that's usually why I don't release steps right up on release like everyone else. So
that's because you're gatekeeping the files. You're holding back all the information.
All the money on
it's supposed to be free.
All I'm doing is trying to sell my shit. No, I'm just kidding. That's also why I always release my shit for free on Odyssey too. So
impressive. Yeah, don't buy on cultists. If anyone does that, don't buy scam files on cultists.
Go on cults.
We'll have to talk. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah. So what about you? Anything big for you right now?
Just the collab with 3D Arms. That's the only thing public right now. That's going pretty cool. So if you're not following 3D Arms on Instagram, go give them a follow. You'll also see on my Instagram the pump action AR-15 that we're working on. He has his own OG files. Mine are all my remix. So yeah, it's pretty kick-ass. Let me see if I can bring up an image real quick before we go.
Is it a pump 5.56 AR?
It's whatever you want. It's as long as it uses a bolt.
Oh, I got to do a pump action 9mm AR and run it in a match.
Do share, screen share.
Okay, let me
whatever.
share that for you. Oh, I just realized I have my Instagram account open. Yeah, I'll send the private chat for you too. Actually, I'll send it also on the normal one so everyone knows where my Instagram is actually. This is my Instagram. It's XXX Elite Sniper, XXX Elite Assassin Sniper, whatever it was. It was my Call of Duty name.
Is that showing for everyone?
Yes, it is. Or
All right,
should
so,
be.
So that's the...
Oh, okay, that's what that thing is.
Yeah, so the front of it's a pump right here. And it comes with a chopped carrier, so you can 5.56, 7.62, 39, 3 in a blackout. Freaking 3D Arms wants to do a 458 SOCOM or whatever it is. So
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no. I know. What is it? Freeman wants to make a 50 Beowulf for the Biden's Bane too.
So I mean, this is gonna be a cool. And then this grip is gonna be. That's actually. I was just playing with it. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's right here.
Please
I'll probably
make
be
it,
dropping that.
How big is it? Can you turn it to its side? I love Triple F Tech, but he makes fantastic grips, but they are made for like toddlers' hands. That looks like a normal size hand one.
Oh, I have big hands, so this is.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Again,
this will probably be dropped like probably this weekend. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, so check out my shit on Instagram, YouTube. I'm trying to grow the channel so I can actually get monetized, but we'll see if that happens. And then
you want some gaming content for that, my friend. Don't just do gun stuff. You're going to last a couple of hours if you do that.
You know, I was debating on asking if I should do gaming stuff. Then I'm like, I just don't have the fucking time right now. Working a full-time job with a family and a toddler and designing shit. I'm just like, there's no way I have time to. Hey there, gamers! Welcome back to the channel. Like, just.
Oh no, you don't worry.
No, you just fake it.
You fake it. You fake it till you make it, my friend. Don't worry. Yeah. We can talk after the stream. Don't worry. But yeah. For me, right now in DC, so it's a little bit of a lot of fun. But I'll probably come back. I'll have an AK stuff. I'll have some AK stuff. I'll do a lot of Cobra 9 testing because that's been a big request, and I've been. I know a lot of the magnet gun. I know we'll be doing that. Probably the Kalashnikov AK review. I have someone that's going to give me a PSA AK for. I guess that'll be a fun comparison. That'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to that a lot because I've never really shot an AK. So let's see how it goes, if anything. And then.
AKs are fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely. I'm looking forward to it, but. That and a bunch of. I need to finish this gun safe review. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Let's just say, hopefully, the company will still want to work with me after I'm done with this one. But a lot of things to look forward to. Don't expect anything for another couple of weeks, or though. I'll be doing a lot of other things. I might just. I might do some fun, tour day DC. I would be lying if I said I haven't been filming things here, and I've been telling people I may or may not be a vice journalist working for Keegan. That's definitely not what I've been doing. But hey, it's not people don't ask for credentials, so I think we'll have a lot of fun content for you guys the next couple of days. I'll think of some things for you guys. But again, thanks to all the guests that showed up. Chances are. This will probably be privated for right now, and then I'll see what I can do. Maybe edit some, do some quick little edits, if anything. Maybe put some blurs. But if anything, the replay will be on Odyssey immediately after this. Thanks to everyone that showed up and everyone that super chatted. Again, sorry for the 8-time disconnect stuff. I'll probably download the Odyssey one, then kind of do some blurs and stuff and put it back on YouTube. Thanks again for you showing up, everyone. I'm gonna kill the stream soon. So to everyone that showed up, thank you and have a nice night. Now,
bye-bye.
Don't say a slur, RK. I know you won't.